So instead of having starting, be right back, and ending screens, I'm just gonna say take difficult screens from now on. We're just gonna switch over to those.
Yes. Technical difficulty screen. Or
Uh,
like those intermission, like
Yep, like
the
the
dancing
Simpsons.
popcorn.
I should just use the Simpsons screen.
Let's go out to the
Yes,
movies.
yes.
I got you.
Oh
I
my
got
god.
you.
Hey, I finally went to the movies again the other day.
Really? Was it weird?
A little bit, but it was fun. It was nice to just
What
get out of
movie?
the house for like 2 hours. Oh, I think we're back. Let's see.
What movie did you see, David?
Yeah, what movie?
Oh, I went to see the new Batman. I don't know what that's officially called, but we'll just call it the Cedric Batman movie.
Wow.
The Robert
I think it's just the Batman.
Pattinson?
The
Yeah, I
Batman.
think so.
Oh, Batman.
Was it good?
It was.
Is he
You
good?
know what? Okay, so here's the thing. Don't go in there expecting the Dark Knight because it's not that, but it's the times perfectly with it, which is super fun. That said, yeah, like the biggest criticism that I heard was that Pattinson doesn't really capture the other side of Bruce Wayne, and we're back up because thanks Twitch for allowing us for a minute to be back up. Where Bruce Wayne is just like, I mean, it's the problem. Like, you know, Christian Bale set the standard of like psycho, suave charisma guy, like hyper, whatever Chad, and Pattinson doesn't play him like that. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's a different Bruce Wayne. Don't be going and expecting that, you know. Anyway,
I'm still a fan of Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne personally.
I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
Michael Keaton very well.
Well, you were like 2 years old, so
Please,
Well,
old
you
one,
guys-
tell us more of the before
no,
times.
it was 89, so you were only 1. My bad.
Oh, ancient wizard.
Oh, elder of the trees and forests.
I'm almost old enough to have seen Star Wars in theaters, the first one. Almost missed it by 26 days.
I mean, even I've seen the Michael Keaton Batman.
Which means anybody who knows when Star Wars debuted can figure out my birthday. But
the answer is a long, long time ago.
it's valid.
Once upon a time. Pew, 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 pew. All right.
Zip code far, far away.
Thanks for the link. I'll check that out in between. Let's try to make
Yeah, he
this
said
happen.
it's common. It's not
Yeah.
information. I don't know. Sorry.
It's just maybe we'll just have to start streaming on YouTube instead. I don't know. That's right, Twitch. Be scared, because I'm not the only one who probably thinks that. More significant streamers are thinking. Let's put it this way. That aside, let's do this. Let's skip over a lot of stuff because we're having an extremely late start tonight. We have our people back. You guys had traveled. This Yanni is strumming a sick guitar in the back, and the stream has another stutter step. You guys had traveled to the island of the Chimera. There you were able to kill it, half of it spawn, and get lots of sick loot. You had some interactions with Sidon, who tried to, you know, get Astrea to be #Team Sidon. Now, you guys were like, yeah, can we just all be friends? And then the drums came out, and it was like a Kumbaya song underwater. And then you guys started traveling back home to Mitros because, you know, sick loot means lots of coin, which means, hey, I want to spend shit. So as you guys were on your way back, Lutheria had been fucking with your minds once more. And as that went on, you guys ultimately found yourselves attacked by weird nightmare creatures. First, you wanted to throw your riches overboard, which did happen. And then you guys ultimately were attacked by these gold-covered demons, thin, lithe, and almost fey-looking. As they attacked you guys, I you guys were able to fend them off, kill them, and recover your sick bro loot. But as you guys are now traveling, we're picking it back up after the battle. Everyone is kind of breathing heavy. Remind me really quick, because now of course my brain is failing. Had we skipped forward to you guys arriving in Mitros already, or were we still on route?
I think we were at the part where we were getting back
Yeah.
to Mitros.
I'm looking.
We had
at the-
arrived. I think there was you guys did some roleplay with Lothario and with
Mhm.
Yanni's
Right.
spell book,
And then it was like, we're in Mitros now.
the Traveler, the Wanderer, the
Nomad.
Visitor, the Nomad. Okay.
I mean, all synonyms.
Alrighty. As we're picking it
Because
back
we
up.
got long rest then.
Yeah, you guys definitely had a long rest, and I think I already marked that down for you.
Yeah, I just got to prep my spells because I forgot to do that right quick.
As you guys are, you arrived there that evening. What do you guys want to do aside from that? You have arrived there. I know you guys had described that you wanted to take some, there might be some roleplay particularly focused on some of the individuals that live in Mitros that you might want to engage in. But what do you guys want to do?
So, what time of day are we back?
It's like in
Wait,
the evening, 6-ish.
Yeah. I would probably plan on going to the academy tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Do we want to go collect our reward and see, and
Yeah.
get that, and get that over with?
Mhm.
Are we
What
going to
do you
be
think?
able to get an audience this late?
I mean, it's only evening, right? I mean, I don't imagine people are, they just got off work.
Huh?
I don't know. Valis doesn't seem like the sleeping type. Not the type to go to bed early, certainly.
Do gods sleep?
I sleep.
I don't know.
I mean, Estrella kind of grew up with her, question mark.
Did you have sleepovers with Val?
That's an excellent question. Thank you, Tyler. Did I have sleepovers with Malice? No, I doubt it. I mean, it was like me in my dungeon.
Yeah, it was
My
mostly
imaginary
just
friends.
yeah. If you could travel back in time and sit in the room that was Estrellas, there's just dungeon. You see on one half is just a bunch of miniatures and weird little tables with terrain and stuff like that. Wait, that's a different kind of dungeon. All right, a bunch of swings. Wait, that's a whole different kind of dungeon. No, you kind of see there's just like a nice room that had a nice kind of like a skylight to it that you can see the stars from and all that other stuff. So it had a lot of like random books, scrolls, little art things here and there. But really, as far as it goes with meeting people, there are a lot of people that traveled into and out of the temple in order to receive the word of Versi, the oracle. So you've definitely seen the gods, one or the other at a time. Kyra, you saw a lot. Now, Kyra was best buds with Versi since the day you were born. Auntie Kyra is actually a good memory for you. She often liked to take you on different kind of stints. She told you about the stars and the different stories. Like everything that you know, everything that you've now passed on to Rhodus has originally come from Kyra and the stories that she told.
Okay.
So Kyra was kind of like the one that you interacted with the most. I'll let you decide how you felt about each one of the gods. Vulcan was there maybe twice, right? Pitor showed up a couple times as well, but that was when you were very, very little. Valis, a little bit more often, but again, she always had like a retinue with her. It was like a big fanfare. There were a lot of people around. You never actually got to meet her face to face, really. Which also, now that you think about, now that it was brought up by the crew, you almost think, did Mom try to keep me from these people? Like, was I kind of like pushed in the back? It's like, yeah, this is fine. We're gonna keep this thing in the kennel. It's fine,
I
Let the
don't wanna
adults
have to
talk.
explain who her father is.
Totes.
Fair. I mean, I'll just go in there and see if she's up.
As you guys are having the conversation and whatnot, right? There's actually an attendant, a centurion that has been just waiting patiently for you guys to finish your conversation. As you kind of like all weirdly look up, you're like, "Oh, hey." He's like, "Hello. We have been sent here by King Augustus. Since you have arrived in the evening and in time for dinner, would you like to join the king and queen for a feast this evening?
I'm starving.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sure,
like
why
a
not?
plan.
Wonderful. Please follow me. He turns around and starts walking away. As you guys,
So you guys are warriors welcome.
yeah, it's like you dust yourselves off, kind of like trying to straighten your togas a little bit, and start walking and following. As you guys do, let me look at you guys' passive perceptions. Everyone except for Lyra and Rhodus. You guys notice something.
What do you mean, except for life?
What do you mean, passive perception 10? As you walk along there, you get the feeling that there's something off about Saria once more. You see a odd flickering and shimmering with a glamour that she has going on. And as she walks, you guys all look together, and you can see her snake hair kind of piercing through, her green scaled skin shimmering through, and then the glamour seems to stabilize itself again.
Feeling okay, Kasaria?
I'm gonna say that Kasaria wasn't even necessarily like feeling the glamour switch out. Like she wasn't even really aware. So she's gonna be like, "Yeah, what are you talking about? What do you mean?"
You just. And Rhodes doesn't know what to say. You're just shimmering.
Your skin gets us going through a little bit.
You're glowing.
I love this.
Kasara, make me a charisma saving throw.
This is perfect. I love this.
What a pickup line.
Oh, I'm bad at those.
No,
Sorry,
I'm messing with you. It's a joke. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, we cannot let this become
Estrella's
canon.
probably gonna lose her mind over there.
Lord.
So yeah, I'm gonna glance myself up and down and be like shimmering. What like whatever do you like? Does she see any of this as she like inspects herself?
As you look down, you can see the shimmer, even though you really just catch it at the very end as it seems to kind of stabilize once again.
Got some snakes popping out.
Your snakes are showing.
I'm gonna dart to the nearest alleyway before I start like encountering a stream of ugly from bystanders.
Sure, you're in the palace. You can run back to the rooms that you guys have. That's probably the most private room you'll have. What do the rest of you guys do? So Kasaria runs off.
It's very dramatic, like schoolgirl-esque run too. Like she's like,
Then I'll just. Are we like being escorted by people like through the?
It's
palace?
really just the one attendant centurion that is walking to the front of you guys.
And I'll just be like, she's having a rough time.
Huh? We can have some food brought to her. What does she prefer? Any limitations? Vegetarian, vegan, only fake creatures.
I should know that. I should know that.
You know, I want to say she eats like small rodents. whole.
We do have some rabbits that we can cook up. I'm sure it will take some time. But we can do this.
I think you just give her a wide selection. It should be fine.
A white
raw eggs
selection? I
in
mean,
the
we do
shell.
have some white hairs, I suppose.
Wide.
Okay. I will pass it on to the kitchen. I promise. That's too bad. Well, the rest of you, please come with me. As you guys walk into again this long dining hall. You guys had been here before when Valis seemed to have talked with the other Amazon of her guard, and it seems now it's nicely set out. Valis and Acasis are sitting on opposite ends of this long table. It's that rich people awkwardness, like, why don't you just sit next to each other, people? Like, this is what are you doing? But as they're kind of like sitting on other ends, you can see that there are a couple individuals sitting on Acasis' side. One of them is Bella, again, the concubine that you had met during the throne meeting. And the other one is Chandras, the tiefling priest of Lutheria that you had seen before. Quiet, awkward, blue skin with like very severe black eyeshadow and the like, on point. It looks good. Something that I should probably consider for my eyebrows. But aside from that, that's kind of over on Team Acastus. Team Valis is really just, huh?
Don't do that.
I was like,
Watch out for the polyhedra glow up on Instagram.
Oh my god.
next week. This has got like the most severe eyebrows I could possibly make.
Just like thick, sharpy eyebrows.
like I'll actually just shave those off and like put them high up here. Like I have seen that before. It's just like so these like anyway. As you walk in, you see that Makeda, the lead Amazon of the honor guard of Valis, is sitting at her side. And you guys come in as you're being announced by the Centurion, who's just like, the light of Thylea has returned, victorious from their trip to defeat the Chimera. I hereby present the heroes. He steps to the side as you guys kind of awkwardly is like, all right, except for maybe Rhoda's, is like puffs out even more. You guys walk in. Where do you sit? Which end do you choose? Mommy or daddy?
I'm Team Mommy all the way.
Are they at like different ends of the table?
Valis is my blood, so that's definitely the side I would sit on.
That's true. I mean, he's technically your uncle.
No, Valis.
I know,
Oh,
she's your
Acastus.
auntie and he is your uncle. I mean, they're married.
Yeah, he married him though, and he's a human.
I'm gonna let everyone decide where they sit first. I'm just gonna awkwardly stand.
You're gonna be the last one on to sit down. Very, very obviously.
Yeah, same. I like even more awkwardly just like wait to sit next to Lyra.
I'm just like, you first, you first, you first.
You
Just
can't
stare
out
into
awkward Estrella.
After you, after you, after you.
Yanni, where do you go?
I'm gonna sit on the Valis end of the table.
Alrighty. As of course, Brodus' bodyguard has to sit with him. Rissa, where do you sit?
Oh man, she wants to sit to a cast because she wants to talk to him, but she doesn't really like him that much. But I guess she'll sit closer to a cast because she wants to talk to him.
Okay. Do you want to sit next to Bella, the concubine, or next to Chandra's, the priest?
He's a priest of Lutheria, right? Yeah. Also next to the concubine. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
So if the I want to sit where I can stare daggers at the Lutheria priest from the other end of the table.
100%, absolutely.
We're playing chicken.
All right.
Do
so
they,
this game
do they
of
look
awkward,
visibly upset with each other?
make me an insight check, Rhodus. Let's
Yeah,
see what he would
the
think.
vibe. Insight. Here we go.
I swear to God, if he rolls low again, it's just going to be like, I only have eyes for
Ooh.
Makeda.
Wow.
Oh, it is
19
Rhodus.
with no modifier. I'll take it.
If there's one thing that Rhodus is sensitive to, it's mommy daddy issues. So as you
Very familiar.
as you sit down, there was no light conversation between the ends of the table. Valis, in fact, actually has a smattering of scrolls and things on the side, and she's kind of almost absent-mindedly eating. She's going over what looks like incredibly boring ledgers on her side. Makeda is just very focused, kind of eating very efficiently. Is not really looking up from that. Only ever really looks up as you guys walk in. Acastus, meanwhile, is absolutely chatting up Chandra's, and interestingly enough, it's almost like a 1-2 combo as Bella kind of injects every once in a while and laughs, like the Jimmy Fallon level of laughing at Chandra's jokes. Too much. Calm down, that kind of stuff, right?
Never go full Fallon.
Never go full Fallon. What you pick up on, Rhodus, here, and this is kind of a little bit of a key thing. It seems like they're trying to butter up Chandra's. There's something going on here where they're trying to be extremely nice. Chandra's, on the other hand, is this extremely introverted, looking kind of awkward. It's almost like a Silicon Valley IT savant, right? Who's just kind of yes. And he's almost trying to eat, but then he feels like he can't.
Really wants to be there.
Exactly. Yes and no. With your 19, I will let you know, it does feel a little bit like that. It's almost like an obligation that he's there, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been in that boat. The obligation dinner party. I know.
No, they
I'll sit
serve
next to
you
the awkward
Kobe
one.
steak and Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll sit next to the awkward one.
Oh, it. As you sit down, you actually catch Chandra's eyes, and he kind of like goes wide a little bit and kind of cocks his head to the side, and he actually does like a respectful nod as you go to the side and sit down. Hello. It is very nice to meet you.
I like awkwardly cock my head to match his and then nod as he does. Nice to meet you too. I am Estrella.
Oh, I've heard much of you.
You have?
And as this conversation is starting, and we'll go back to that, Lyra.
They phone a friend.
Uh,
Oh. Comcast is. Oh, are they?
Oh, we're back.
Hot
All right.
garbage? Is that what you were gonna say? They're hot garbage.
So you were able to kill Sidon, Lutheria, Acastus, and Valus? I really don't know why you need to kill Valus, but that was crazy shit. I'm just kidding. None of that happened.
Covered in blood.
I do need someone to roll me a D100. We said that every time we go down and it's actually in game, it's going to be wild magic time. So let's see what wild magic shenanigans we can get up to. We have a 96.
Ooh, that's probably a good one.
Oh
no!
What does that do?
I guess I still have rights to Brissa, I suppose. 'Cause that was me.
You and all creatures within 30 feet of you gain vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute.
Oof.
Well, nobody throw your dinner knives around.
Right, nobody accidentally stab themselves. with
Somebody
them.
act natural.
The most awkward dinner party.
Avoid the
I'm afraid
toothpicks.
I meat with my fork.
Avoid toothpicks.
How can we bake that into this? As you stepped into the room, you could feel that there was some kind of the tension maybe of the two rooms seems to just make you feel very awkward, feel very exposed. And as you guys are trying to act very prim and proper with this stuff, you just feel like, oh man, it would be so much better if you just kick this table over and finally ended this right here, right now. But because you're so prim and proper, like full Bridgerton, without the sexual tension, there's just really awkwardness, and that's where the vulnerability currently is coming from. All right, cool.
Bridgerton without sexual tension.
It's pretty much not
It's
Bridgerton.
nothing. It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the most recent season. So as we're according to whatever daytime TV John Oliver highlighted. So as he Lyra, you're about to choose where you're gonna go.
Yep. Okay, so Acastus, Chandris, Estrella, Concubine, Brissa,
Mm-hmm.
Valis, Rhodus, Yanni.
And Makaira, so her honor guard. The
Oh, I don't
Amazon.
want to sit next to her. How many chairs are in between the two at the table?
So the table on each side has like 6 chairs. So it's like a total of 14 places that you could be at, right? So it's quite the gap between them.
An odd number. Fuck.
No, so it's like 2 in between, like that are empty for sure.
Right,
And then this would be
right.
3 in Makaris. See, guys, this is why wedding planning is a nightmare.
I'll sit next to Brissa.
Alrighty. As you just go, Makata just kind of gives you a sad look because she's the only one who didn't get a buddy here. But no, so as you sit down next to Brissa on King Acastus's end, Valis kind of stops her scribbling to say hi as you guys sit down, Rhodus and Yanni, and then looks over and sees everyone else kind of like start to clump up on Acastus' side, and there's just a heartbrokenness. I'm just kidding. She kind of looks over and she nods to each one of you guys and starts engaging like conversation with Rhodus and Yanni. But we'll go back to Estrella and Chandras as he's just like, I heard that you had been going on great endeavors on top of the Ultras. How was that?
Oh, well, um, mostly good, but the very end was very bad.
Oh,
There were demons, and like they tried to steal our treasure, which was weird, you know. But Rotis grabbed onto his hammer or something, axe, I think. Like jumped off the boat. It was really cool. Um, um, but we didn't die, you know, because you can see because we're here. So
yeah.
that is kind of how it went.
That is interesting. You must have run into some eaters of hope. Some creatures do tend to escape from the Nether Sea. This particular type of demon, this, well, they are attracted to treasure. So you were richly rewarded before you even arrived here, and the treasure that the Chimera was able to put away.
Oh yes, yes. Are you a scholar?
I,
You know a
say
lot
that again.
about history? History? Do you know like a lot? Are you smart? Do you know a lot about
I don't
history
consider
and
myself extremely. It's I above the rabble, of course, yes, but
oh, are you being modest? I can't tell.
uh, as a Castus kind of breaks in. You do not have to be modest. Estrella, it is wonderful to see you too. Chandras here is actually probably one of the foremost scholars in all of Thylea. He has vast knowledge of many things, be history, legend, myths, and truths about Thylea.
Oh,
Thank you, my king. I
I'm,
dabble, yes.
I'm gonna use my telepathy to ask Yanni. Is it okay if I ask him about the mural that we saw? Perhaps he knows about the gods. Anything wrong with that? So maybe you know about this. This was a very strange thing we saw. The Chimera had a lair, you know, under the water, and there was a mural on the wall, which was strange because it had the gods, the Titans. I'm sorry, you know, but also other Titans. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, I've heard of sects of followers of the false gods who try to equivocate the gods with the titans. Was it like this?
I'm gonna look to who's across from me. Is there somebody across from me?
And Brissa.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm just gonna look to you guys, like give you a help. Actually, I'm gonna say it in your head. Help.
Yeah, no, it was like other titans, right? Like, so it was like, you know, like it's like, you know, you had Sidon and Thylea, but then you also had what looked like probably, you know, their brothers and their sisters, so you know, something along those lines, right? You know, I don't know if you really consider. I mean, I guess they would be brothers and sisters in the grand scheme of things.
Estrella, Brissa, Lyra, the three of you guys give me an insight check. Yanni, Rodos, you guys are having a very different kind of conversation on the other end of the table.
Yeah.
Hey! All right. Lyra, you're just oblivious to any of this. You're just like, As Bella's just like, oh my god, your lookup needs some work. I have some, outfitters that you could maybe work with to improve your outfit. It's bad. It is, yes, you. It's, girl, you need to work on it. So, Brissa and Estrella at the same time, you guys are just like, you see that Chandras seems to have an odd reaction as you guys mentioned that. And he goes, well, there are some reports and scholars that talk of the brothers and sisters of our gods. They were born with the Titans. Yes. And they they no longer can stake a claim to Thylea. It is now absolutely the land of Sidon.
Why did they did Saddle Lutherian like murder them, or did they die at birth, right?
Ah,
History say?
you know, you know how things go. Do you have siblings?
No, I was an only child.
Estrella. Oh no, yeah, I know that you were known. Yeah, Lyra. As you're still busy being offended by the woman next to you.
Right. I just while they're having that conversation, I just want to turn, like, I'll shake out my hair and do disguise self and turn myself into the concubine and just be like, I don't know, this looks kind of cheap.
She gives like a full.
Nice.
Ah.
Nice.
I was trying to help you out, but suit yourself. She turns back towards Acasus and kind of starts talking him up. But it seems like Acasus is kind of drowning her out too, very intently listening to the questions that you guys are now asking of Chandras. Well, imagine that you were true gods, born into a world. You might, as you're growing, have disagreements. Some of you are more powerful, some of you are weaker, some of you are demented. Two gods that ended up bringing stability to Thylea were Sidon and Lutheria. And as such, yes, some of them have become servants of the gods. Some of them no longer exist with us. It is the fate that they were bestowed with.
But if they're a god, they can't really die, right? So they're just are they just imprisoned somewhere? Is there like a god prison somewhere that's just kind of holding a bunch of people?
I'm not privy to that kind of information. I would not. I'm but a humble servant of Lutheria's. Pray tell, how is your, how's your voyage faring?
I think it's going great. Thank you for asking.
Of course. There are many a story of you, and he kind of looks over towards Yanni now. You can definitely see that there's almost a disdainful look as he turns back towards you guys. Yeah, I was wondering, what do you see? What does the light of Thylea ultimately seek to gain from traveling across all of Thylea? We of course know of, points towards Estrella, the prophecy that was made by Sidon's own daughter. What do you think? You are of the blood of the gods.
Oh, me? I love traveling, and out on the sea, you would not believe how beautiful the stars are. That's really my favorite part.
Oh, mine
Is that-
too. Mine too. It reminds me of the Nether Sea, really. I like spending my time whenever I'm out in the cerulean, watching the different constellations and thinking back on how amazing it was to be in the Nether Sea. You actually see him get pretty wistful as he describes this. We'll switch over back to Yanni and Rodus to give you guys more time to think of other questions you guys might have. Valos, she kind of nods towards you, nods towards the others across, sees you sit down, Yanni, just staring daggers at Chandras, and goes, I apologize. I didn't want to offend you with present company.
Not gonna blame you.
My dear husband is playing a very, very complicated game. How did the travel go? How did you fare?
I mean, we killed the beastie
Good.
and lost too many sailors to it. slimy face over there's matron, whatever the word is. She decided to screw with us on the return trip.
That is Lutheria.
But, we took care of the two, I don't know, demons, devils, dark fae. I don't know what they are. That she sent after us.
Good.
It was interesting because, like, she started getting lippy with us, and then Sidon just basically told her to shut up because her plan failed. And so I was kind of like, And it was even more interesting that he let us hear that. Like, that was what surprised me.
You see her eyes kind of drift away from you, kind of go over Rhoda's, and then settle on Estrella. She's just like awkwardly navigating the political intricacies and intrigue over there. You see, Lutheria and Sidon always had a love for each other. Gross, if you ask me, but it is what it is. I think there is a very different kind of love that he is displaying for Estrella.
I mean, she can't be his first granddaughter, though. After all these years, centuries, millennia, who knows?
I know of none other, I will admit. Sidon and Lutheria, as far as I know, have always been very in each other's court. Twins, as they are, there is a connection between them that is hard to break. Now, the fact that Estrella exists is a crack in that front. An obvious sidestep. And Sidon did not choose Lutheria. And in all their years together, they never produced spawn. Which means...
Which is probably for the best, but go on.
Also true. But I wonder if this could be exploited. She's a demigod, Brutus, like you. You both have blood of the gods within you. Sure, she is a titan, but you are a child of Peter. Maybe you can present the peace that we wanted 500 years ago. The balance between the peoples of this plane.
I'd love nothing more than to see the Oath of Peace continued.
If we could try and negotiate that again, try to find a way to have a lasting oath, one that would finally bring true peace to Thylea, that could change everything.
So far, Sidon and Lutheria seem hellbent on destroying us.
Yes, I apologize. Our actions certainly did not help this in the long run. I am worried about the implications. Sidon is at the very least, a magnificent general. If he is bent on the destruction of the civilized races, I'm sure he already has plans set in motion to try to assail Mitros, Eresia, and Astoria. We know about the forces amassing north of the city of your father. So far, well, she pushes over a parchment between the two of you guys. Rhodas, you can't read. Yanni, you kind of... No, I'm just kidding. As you guys are looking over the red, there seems to be a scout report. As you guys are glancing over this, report of 14 triremes, all showing the symbol of the lightning bolt and the red eye. And you see that seems to be a troop movement. Now, 14 triremes, that's a hell of a lot of soldiers being transported across the Cerulean.
towards Arisia?
Traveling across it. That's the thing. So the scouts are trying to find them, but the problem is whenever the scouts kind of go close, you can see it's like the frustration at the end of the report is like we tried to follow the Cherems, and a waterfront just made it impossible. We had to turn back to the mainland, or otherwise would have been crashed on the rocks. So that is what I'm dealing with now. Of course, Acastus plays a part in that. I have heard you wonder. Don't you worry. Know that it seems weird. The thing is, I am not the heir of the lands of Mitros. That is Acastus. That is Estor's family. This marriage was arranged so that I could have control, or at least influence, over the ongoings of Mitros. Acastus is fairly good at what he does. I obviously do not stand a chance to negotiate a peace. The priest of Luteria, or Gaius, the commander of Sidon's forces. But you and him can walk a tightrope that I cannot.
Who negotiated the peace, the oath of peace currently?
That was, well,
The Dragonlords, was it not?
Estor had
Yeah.
traveled to the Nether Sea. He brought his troops with him, sailing upon the Ultros, the only ship that could not only defy the magics of Sidon within the Cerulean, but beyond that, could take the ship and survive within the Nether Sea.
Additional action immediately.
Slap Bella. All right, let me go back to it. Well, all right, we're back. So as you suddenly feel like a little bit of inspiration, Yanni, what is a burning question that you wish you had an answer for? Or Rotus?
So, this has been bothering me for a little while. How is it if Versi looks more or less like an elf and she had a baby with a minotaur, it came out like that?
You got both the half human parts.
So that is the question that you wish you had an answer to, huh?
I mean,
you're dealing with God's blood here. Versi, do not underestimate the demigod of Sidon. If Versi wanted you dead, she could do so. She does not necessarily rival the power that we gods have, but she is not insignificant. She has existed for a long time, much longer than you had an opportunity to be around Rotus. And I think Sidon gave more of himself than just his seed when Versi was born. I think that Versi shaped Estrella in the womb. And I think that Versi, she loves Minos. I think there's more to it. I think she chose him. Why, I'm not sure. Again, there's much that Sidon and Lutere keep from our eyes, and why I try to have others see things for me. So, I am just guessing that, well, Versi didn't want to have a bovine child. And hence, those words Estrella.
Well, that's lucky for Estrella.
Unless there might have been a tail at birth that they, clipped. I don't.
I mean, that happens to a lot of us, so I hear. But yeah. So is Versi Sidon's only offspring?
As far as I know, yes.
Well, Versi and the sisters, I guess.
Indeed.
Huh.
They all have the same mother. But we don't know where she is either. We never heard of her. She disappeared. We just know that they are the offspring.
Nah, 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 nah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Interesting.
All right, we're gonna switch away from the dinner scene for a second. As Casaria, you run back into the, the private chambers, and it honestly doesn't take super long. You take like 20 minutes. You look down upon yourself, and you see the magic is staying perfectly stable. You look at your hands, and they are normal. As you kind of will it, the glamour disappears, and you can see the reptilian skin that stretches across your arms and hands. You can feel the snake slithering back and forth on your head, as you hear a tap tap on the entryway. As you look over your shoulder, you actually see the silent prisoner. You see Damien, the true queen of the Amazon, standing there with a platter before you. He goes, okay. Oh, okay. Come. You see the dark skin, kind of like making it very hard to see any kind of like specific features on her face, and the dim light of the lamps within the room itself, but the bright sparkling white eyes just kind of looking down upon you, the black hair cascading down her shoulders, and she's wearing the ceremonial armor that the other Amazons at the temple have as well.
I mean, first things first, I just dropped my glamour, so I'm gonna avert my gaze and just be like, what is it? What do you want? Like, why would you come here unannounced?
She kind of tenses up a little bit. You, okay, okay. She walks a little bit closer and sets down the platter, and there's definitely like 4 different rabbits that have been kind of fried and seared up. Apples on the side.
Cautiously be like, thank you, and pick at like a haunch of rabbit and try to offer her some, just to show her that I don't mean her ill will, but I definitely, like, this is a side I was not trying to show anyone.
She kind of rips, like, takes the thing and starts eating away. You, Luteria, you Luteria. Yeah. She kind of like puts her arms up in like a
Oh,
questioning.
we're back.
She
Why?
goes, what?
Why? Hair.
Ask our beloved gods of Thylea why hair.
Moxena. Sisters. Luteria.
Oh no.
You. Luteria. And you
No,
kind of.
I don't follow her.
Sorry, I gotta make my inside check.
Attributes. Boom.
What'd you get?
15.
So what Kasari is able to put together is Moxena and the other, former Amazon now, mostly dead, but, at least one of them still being a Gorgon Medusa. There was the direct connection to Lutheria, right? There was an oath break, but then the others really leaned into that, became worshippers of Lutheria, and it seems to be or she's at least assuming that there's some kind of a connection there, right? So it seems like her question is really targeted at you are exactly like the women that destroyed my life. She's trying to like get to the bottom of this. It's at least kind of like the in-between lines that you're kind of gathering there. She wants to understand.
This had nothing to do with the Amazons. I broke my own or I had my own crossing with the gods and they tricked me, so since she's having such a hard time understanding, I'm gonna grab some like local seed or pomegranate and try to draw her a picture on some parchment with juice.
You get the sense that she understands you pretty damn well, and she gets a little offended as you start doing that. It's just that, literally, because she grew up, or for the last decade, was in a room with a silent spell on it. She just doesn't have a lot of experience speaking.
Oh. I mean, I'm gonna still keep doodling this. In fact, you know what? I'll do a performance check to see if it's a bad doodle.
One of those draw my lives that went super viral on YouTube like
Yeah,
3 years
right.
ago.
Oh, and I'm bad at performance checks. This should be great. Oh, okay, 16.
You kind of draw it out, the whole scene, like scene by scene of what you did, and she kind of follows along, kind of nods, and then finally just goes, "You break."
Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what happened. Was I broke a rule I didn't even think I was breaking, led to believe that I was in service of my deity the whole time.
No. Oh. Break. Hair. Break.
I mean, you're trying to break one of them?
Curse. Break.
I mean, you know how to break this curse?
You.
Well, then speak up,
No.
and I'll make a fireball in my hand.
She kind of goes back. Sorry. She kind of stands up, and you see there's like some tears on the side of her face as she just walks away out of the room from you.
Hey, can you help me break this or not?
She leaves. We swivel back over to Chandras, who looks over at Estrella, who's like, do you have siblings?
No.
Oh,
No. Do you?
interesting. I did, yes, but they're dead now.
Oh. I like your blue skin.
I like your white hair.
Thank you.
Kind of sees you mean mugging him, Lyra, who's just like, well, again, I think that King Acastus has made good points about the future of Thylea. I think it is important for the church to know what your plans are, as your rising fame is giving you a notoriety around the continent. Your actions, of course, are being closely watched. What are your intentions, Light of Thylea?
Is he asking Estrella, or who's he asking?
He looked at all three of you.
I mean, I think we're going to, keep on, keep it on, and kind of exploring some islands, trying to bring about, another, age of peace, so to speak, because I mean that's what we all want, right? Is we want to avoid war and bloodshed and everything, but some parties try to make it a little bit harder than others.
Poke. As Acastus is like, yes, and I believe that a lot of this stems from misunderstandings, mistakes made centuries ago. I must say, as descendant of Estor, much of that blame should rightfully fall upon my bloodline. And as you have observed, Chandras, I have made great steps towards amends, towards a brighter future for both Thyleans, natives, as well as the settlers who have come here to create a better life for themselves. I believe that a new age is about to start. If we allow ourselves to find a way to bring peace, true peace, we can make this happen. Yes, this is the pitch that you tell me many a time, King. I am more interested in details, factual parameters within which this peace supposedly will exist. There have to be certain. And he looks towards Valis and then back towards Acastus. Assurances to be made. Well, and of course, there has to be the issue of the dragons. And Chandra's eyes also fall onto you again, Brissa. And Acastus smiles, beams as he looks towards you as well. Yes, the dragons will be part of the peacekeeping force across Thylea, no longer used to exterminate and commit genocide, of course. Yet, they will also be there to ensure stability. Brissa. Oh man.
20 feet. 20 feet.
He just blinks it in and out.
God, this is amazing.
Oh, we're back. We're back now.
By bringing this peace across all of Thylea, we will be able to make any assurance actually work. The terms, of course, have to be understood by all parties involved. There is so much that goes into a true peace. A balance of powers, a council of gods that needs to decide on the fate. True representation and equal shares. You say equal. Is he kind of like feels interrupted by you, and you can tell that Chandras is not one to kind of try to talk over people, kind of shies away a little bit as you start talking, Brissa.
No, I was just gonna say.
Amazing.
No.
Your
Whole
table's
table.
just on fire.
We love it. Can you imagine?
I'll bring all of those in one way or another.
We're back. Back. It's so brief. I'm so mad that we can't figure out what's going on.
Sean just puts his hand on the table, and there's like this cyan purplish flame that kind of burns down as he kind of puts his hand away from the table, and you can see that scorch mark there. There's an anger that suddenly flashes into him as he says, "You took from the true gods what was rightfully theirs, and they allowed your kind to stay in exchange for proper sacrifice and worship. And then the dragons came, and war escalated. And then the gods came. And Thylea was on the brink of utter destruction. If you want dragons..." Go ahead, Distria.
I'm going to use control flames to put that flame out on the table, kind of like doing him a solid. I am no political mastermind, but it seems to me the solution to this is very simple. Why do we not allow the people to choose who they worship? I mean, it seems like it is a insecurity to think that you are not good enough that people would choose you to worship. Do you know what I mean? Like, the only reason to limit the number of people to choose from is because you don't think you're good enough.
It is
Right?
simplifying the issue of right. The Titans are by right the rulers over Thylea. Thylea was given to them by their mother. To see
know.
over, watch
But
over, be the lord and lady of.
It's a very long time ago, and things change, and we must adapt.
I think that peace could be an option. And he does this. It's almost like this tick thing where he kind of like stretches out his hands and he like rearranges the dinner plate and kind of like straightens out each piece of the silverware as he like gets more and more revved up. He's like, it's almost like a mechanism that he tries to use to kind of like simmer down his emotions as they start to bubble up more and more. Uteria will not stand for this. A birthright is a birth. And I am also respectful of Sidon, who's had to watch his people die by the thousands because of the actions of these people. Estrella, Lyra, Brisa, all of you are descendants of the true Thalians. People who grew up on this land, who are made of the very soil and blood that was Thylea. Just like Luteria, just like Sidon. The promises that the settlers make again and again were used against our people. Do you see? All three of you guys catch on to something. Tieflings were technically not really original Fey races of Thylea. So he is a tiefling. This is something that just kind of stands out as weird to you guys as he has this, this plea towards you guys' genealogy. As Augustus just kind of goes, I think that maybe the conversation is premature on some of the finer points, though, of course, with the end of the Oath of Peace approaching, we need to come to a solution, of course, relatively soon. Estrella makes a good point that freedom of choice may be something that should be given. Maybe there should be certain areas of land that are only applicable to certain gods. And maybe the metropoli will be where people can choose whom they worship. You hail from a more rural area. The Metrosian Mountains, I am told. Is that true?
Yeah.
How would you feel? The people that you grew up with, your family, your neighbors, would they be willing to accept this shift, saying that, imagine that the centurion upon a bronze dragon comes into the village and says, you may now worship whomever you want, and flies away. How would they respond?
I mean, if we're talking about rightful ownership and who deserves what, my people did worship Sidon and Lutheria. And Lutheria punished us for it. For fun.
I think that is an oversimplification of the grander vision that Sidon and Lutheria have. Lutheria is about the greater joys, but as we know, she can be a bit vicious at times when proper worship or success is not given. She is a person like anyone else, after all. Of course, if you ask someone to do something and it disappointed you, how would you feel? That aside, Brissa, don't you think that with the help of dragons, the entire group that we are going to raise together, there can be a true change? And you get a sense like he's kind of like, it's like an expectant, like, I hope you're saying the right thing next.
Yeah, this was like, I mean, yeah, I hope that dragons could definitely help change things for the better. Like, I think that would be great.
And how exactly would that look? You're going to call yourself Dragonlords once more. There is going to be a lot of hate associated with the prior actions.
I mean, we could always do a rebranding, but to rename them something else. But I mean, yeah, there's always going to be some animosity, but at the same time, aren't dragons just awesome? So I mean, it's not like they hurt your people. I mean, you're a tiefling, right? So you came here as well.
God.
Ooh, hit a rough spot.
As Kestis goes, exactly. I don't know about the rebranding. It was truly the Dragonlords that we should stick with. Once you have certain IP established, you really don't want to mess around with it too much. That would be a little too meta. I'll switch back over towards Valis and the others. So what do you think of Estrella? She asks you, Rodis.
What do I think of her? I think that she is, she feels lost in many ways, and she wishes that, seems like what she wants above all is to feel like she fits in. Wants to blend in with the people around her.
Do you think that you could guide her as she grows into the woman that she deserves to be? Do you think that you, she looks at both of you guys now, can be a guiding hand, an influence to make sure that whatever madness Lutheria has and whatever anger Sidon carries does not bloom inside of her soul?
That sounds like quite the responsibility.
Oh, it's only the stick of Thylea.
I think that as long as she's by our side, that Estrella is safe, and that
I'm more
Yeah.
concerned about your safety.
that's a good point. You think that Sidon and Lutheria will come for her again and again? They won't give up?
Well, we know that Luteria has her eye on you. Moves towards Yanni with her nod. And Estrella. She is a puzzle box I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to see what kind of a piece she could be in this game of ours. I don't want to discount her own free will, but she must be made aware of her significance. And I hope that she's going to choose us. Or at least the best path. I'm afraid what would happen if she joined forces with Sidon. The allure of family can be... She gives it kind of like a knowing nod and a smile, Rodis.
Is there something more that you're not telling us about her involvement in this?
I'm telling you what I know. I'm trying to figure out why Versi was trying to keep her hidden for so long. I'm trying to figure out why she chose Minos as her partner. I'm trying to figure out what path she will put you on. Sidon has always been the more even-keeled, the rational of the two twins. Lutheria is manic, bipolar. Either she is in a joyous, rapturous state of excitement and feasting, or she flies into a murderous rage. If I were Sidon, I would have tried to contain that madness a long time ago. You said that Sidon interfered when you fought the demons.
After.
He let them do their worst first, but when he saw that they were not going to succeed in slaying any of us, he did not seem too pleased. That said, they didn't seem too focused on killing us. They seemed especially interested in stealing our... It seemed they had a laser focus on anything magical they wanted to take from us. Maybe building up their magical item stores for a larger battle.
Indeed.
But Sidon was clearly displeased with their performance.
I wonder if this is a disappointment in you not dying, or a disappointment in something else. I'm going to have to do more research on this. We're running out of time, though. Keep your eye on Estrella. I think she's going to be a key political piece in all of this. I want her to be aware
Make
of
sure you
this.
can keep all your pawns in a row.
Yes. But I want her to be aware. The game that the casters plays often is very much focused on doing this kind of obfuscation of truth. Use finesse. Use your best judgment. But please, whatever you do, make sure that you tell her. You, Yanni, think are going to play a very different kind of role. Sidon has his eye on Estrella, and I'm guessing it is for similar reasons. Maybe the reasons that you wish Peter had for you, Rotus. But Yanni, Luteria thinks that you are destined to hurt her. Yes?
Yeah, and she's kind of made it a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point because that's my plan after what she's put me through.
Which means that her eye is going to be turned on you no matter where you all go. Which means this is going to be something that you might even be able to exploit. A manic person like her. Maybe you can play with this, yes. Again, this is not about pawns, but it is about understanding the levers you can pull and what effects they will have.
You're saying Yanni can be a distraction.
Yes. Or at least get you close enough to do, you know.
Yeah. Maybe.
As the dinner starts to come to a close, you actually hear heavy footsteps echoing from the marbled hall. And a short dwarf with long, flowing, gray-white hair comes in, monocle in one eye inset, and a massive apron kind of extending down. What? I was hoping you'd be here. As you see Vulcan, the god of craft, artifice, and father to Queen Valis. Oh, am I interrupting?
No. No.
We actually were just about done with dinner. Night of Thylea, this has been enlightening. No pun intended. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will retire now. Chonders, if you would join me in my private quarters. There are some...
You'll kick us out as soon as my grandfather has arrived.
Oh, never! Father-in-law. Vulcan just gives him a hard look.
He gives you Vulcan a hard look, like he seems upset with Vulcan or me.
Other way around. Vulcan is giving Augustus a hard look as Augustus was just like, father-in-law, what's up? And he's just like, he's just like, he kind of points towards the 3-course meal that you guys have finished by the time that you guys had this whole conversation. Like, it was merely a coincidence of timing, unless Vulcan, you as a god, did you foresee this and wanted to make this happen? Well, Chonders, please, with me. Kind of like filter out of there. Bella's just like, but what am I supposed to do? Waitling, I'm sure you will figure something out. She walks out of the room. Vulcan just kind of looks at them as they all start leaving the room. And then looks at you three, a little judging that you guys were sitting on that end as he now kind of pictures what happened here. It's just like, I don't need to know. Sits down where Cassus was sitting, kind of looks at some of the food. And, you know, Cassus barely touches food, actually just starts eating off the plate. No! Did you kill it? There's kind of some spittle on you for saying it.
Yeah, we did. Rotus was he killed it while he was turned into, I think it was an alligator, right, Ro? Was it an alligator?
He laughs and it kind of spittles all over you, Lyra. You're like,
Gross.
I think they were actually hoping that you could like turn, you know, because it was like resistant to like magic. That you could like turn it into like some armor for Rotus or something, you know.
You brought it with you.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's like on the ship.
On the ship.
Not in the room, obviously. That'd be kind of crazy.
Did you find a golden fleece by chance?
Not that I recall. I don't. Estrella, did we find a golden fleece?
A what? Of what?
A golden fleece?
Golden fleece?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't collect the treasure, but Lyra might know.
I mean, it wasn't really furry. It was like scaly.
The skin of the chimera, you mean?
Oh, that
We
can be.
got that.
That can be good, but okay.
No golden fleece. We got a bunch of like gold coins and everything.
Boy! He shouts over towards Rhodas. Come over here.
Rhodas will reluctantly respond to boy and just sort of like, okay.
As you kind of like, you're taking way too long, he can just like flicks his finger towards him as you suddenly teleport 20 feet. Like with a chair underneath you. You're like,
So impatient.
I'm getting old. All right, I want you to collect some things for me. I'm itching to create some stuff, and I need some things from you. I need adamantine, mithril. I need I need star metal. It is metal from the stars as they fall down onto the earth. Can you get this? Good. The other thing that I need you to do is go to the Golden Heart. It is it's the constellation as well. Points towards the strip. You get them there, all right? So
We have a magic boat.
exactly. You're sailing on her aunt. It's fine. I need you to go to the Golden Heart. I need you to kill the golden fleeced animals there. Bring me some apples.
Hit points at the start of each of your turns.
as Vulcan just starts to like full swole up, like but for player stuff, essentially Vulcan can craft you guys cool shit. Since we're back on stream, so
it's up to us to like request it, right? Like we need to be like, these are the kinds of things we want.
yeah, and we can talk about it like between streams as well.
Got it.
I want to create the most amazing artifacts.
Well, we certainly can find all of these things. Well,
And you will.
we can go to them and we can pick them up and we can bring them to you.
Yes.
But finding them,
Mm.
that's probably more difficult.
You'll do fine. You're a bestiary after all. If anyone can do it, it's you.
That does not seem like it would help me in finding metal.
Nah, it's fine.
But if you pointed us to an island, I assume we can start there.
Good. Go there.
Now, what can you do for me is the question.
Boy, have I not crafted you the most amazing weaponry?
I have a concern, and that's...
Way too much of your mother in you.
Oh...
Whoa. Whoa.
Speaking of my mother...
Ooh.
Speaking of my mother, there's a dragon I need to get revenge on.
Yes.
So I would love... I look at Brissa, some dragon slaying items.
I made the oath that we could slay other dragons, so we're good now. We could do it as long as it's not my dragon. Like it's fine.
In fact, bring me the heart and the
Permission granted.
head
Kill the dragons.
and the scales, as many as they can compact that you can find. Heart, head, and scales of this dragon. We can see what we can do.
What? You want us to kill the dragon to get stuff so you can make us stuff to kill the dragon?
I like her. She gets it. No. Once you kill the dragon,
How will that help us kill the dragon?
I'll figure it out. See, if you go to the Golden Heart and bring me the stuff that I request, I will be able to craft it. And you will have the tools that you need to kill the dragon, create even more things, bring it to me, and then you can kill even more. But we're a little bit on a time crunch here.
We are on a huge time crunch.
We don't have a lot of time to do a lot of back and forths. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
but you can't really, how do you say? You can't go into the lion's den without having the right pieces of armor on.
Given you're a all-powerful god with a magical forge, I expect that the turnaround times are going to be godlike.
Oh, absolutely. Normally, I think there is a scroll called the PHB. It would take hundreds, if not thousands of days for a mere mortal to create these things. Me, three-ish days
odd.
tops.
Speaking of, did you ever fix that sword that we sent over?
Sword.
Uh.
We sent like a messenger. That Valis sent a messenger with a sword. Did you not? Did you not get it?
Daughter! Girl! As Valis is like in the middle of conversation with Yanni. I hate when you call me that, you know that. Ah, the youth these
Fucking
days.
boy.
We're doomed.
You sent me a sword! Ah, yes. Did you like it? It's for, kind of points towards Bursa with like a questioning. Is it? Did you do your thing with it? I never received the sword. Oh no. Maybe the, handlers, last mile delivery is very hard. Maybe they just haven't found, the mithril mines yet. No, when I get it, I tell you.
It's gone. Yeah, we can just count that one off.
So,
And deliver things from now on. Seems like we should. I mean, other than killing this dragon and getting married, I don't have many other things on my list that I have to do. Do we have any other direction?
There are many a thing that keep fabulous lairs and loot around. There was once an ancient kraken that I heard of that has a lot of it. You think Hexia is the only dragon that has survived? You hear Valak actually across the room.
Three other dragons, Vulcan. We know there's more dragons.
Yeah, as Valak just goes, Father? Yeah, fine. Alright. Just try to get as much loot as you can. Bring it to me. I want to create the most amazing things. The end of times are coming, and I want to leave my mark on history in your hands.
That sounds amazing.
Good. He slams his hand on the table, stands back up, picks up a whole chicken, and kind of starts eating it as he leaves the... my whole family is insane.
Nah.
You're the exception, of course. And you
Vulcan's one
don't
of the
have too
normal
much of
ones.
your mother in you, I promise.
Vulcan's one of the normies compared to some of us.
Not wrong, but he's peculiar.
Are any of you interested in seeing what we can find on this island that this god has recommended to us?
It comes God recommended.
It is my favorite of the constellations. Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. Nobody. No one. ... Australia goes on.
Oh god.
It represents the sacrifice that Thylea made to create this continent. And just off watching it is a star that represents Candyman, watching over her to make sure she is safe. Is that not romantic?
Can we get there?
It's romantic.
Since it's romantic, you absolutely can. But yes, with the Antiquitera, even with the missing piece, you can make it there.
Yeah. Do we? Okay, good. I expect
mean,
we need to cut our teeth a bit more before we take on this dragon or a titan. To be honest.
we need to go to the Fate still, you know. So we need to go there. We need to find the Lotus Witch. We have no idea what island she's on, and we need to find
Odyssey.
Gaius. So those are like the main things, and then go kill the dragon, and then now go to. So we have 5 things that we need to do, 5 different islands.
And allegedly, if we go to the Fates, they'll tell us at least where we can get the missing piece. If that may lead us to Gaius. I don't know. They're the Fates. I don't know.
Is Chandra still sitting next to me? Or did
No,
he leave with
so
her?
he left. He left with King of Castus. Unless you wanted to come, like, try to catch up and run up into their study with them.
No.
Some private quarter actions.
No.
Cool.
Alrighty. If that is the fact, Valis kind of gives Brodus and Yanni an annoying, a meaningful nod, kind of indicating, talk to Estrella and think of your options and opportunities, Yanni, too.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
Unlikely, but thanks.
All right. With that, as you guys go back towards the quarters where Casaria has been nibbling at 3 different rabbits, we'll take a quick pee break and see you guys here in 5 to 10 minutes. Alrighty, and folks, we are back. As we pick it back up, you guys say goodbyes to Valis and Makaira as you guys head back towards the private quarters. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to throw out and chit chat about with Valis, or do you guys want to just head back?
I don't think I have anything
I
else.
think I'm ready. I'm gonna go check on Kasaria, make sure she's okay.
All right, as you guys get back there, again, lots of it's like a buffalo wild wings, but it's actually just a whole bunch of like rabbit bones scattered about this little lair that Kasaria has built for herself now. As you guys get back, however, her glamour seems to be perfectly intact and functioning as intended.
Seems like you had a feast of your own back here.
Yeah, and I don't know who the hell ordered me rabbit, but it was cooked.
It's a delicacy. I don't know if that's actually true.
Yeah,
I'm
rabbit's
sorry.
kind of tough.
I
That's
thought you
usually
wanted them whole, not cooked.
No,
Sorry.
I meant more like in game, like actually in character. I say it's a delicacy.
I'll hurl a grilled haunch at Rotus and be like, "Enjoy yourself, then."
I'll take a big old bite out of that rabbit.
Rabbit is totally a thing in Germany, by the way. Like people eat it there pretty often. Like it's like duck,
I've had it.
rabbit.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
I've eaten rabbit.
I've had rabbit jerky.
As Ronan just takes a whole haunch, bones and all, it's just gone. Yum, yum, yum.
I'm glad you're feeling yourself again, or not yourself.
Yeah, it was interesting. One of those Amazons tried to come and have a conversation with me about it, but it didn't really get us anywhere.
Seems everyone has spies all over this city, so probably best to avoid interacting when we can. With strangers, at least.
She kept insisting that I had some sort of relation to Moxena and them, and I swear up and down, like, I think she knows something. I don't know what, but she took off before I could just garner it.
So wait. You think the fact that she drew a comparison between you and other Medusas means she knows something other than that you're a Medusa?
She mentioned something about the curse, so she has to know at least something of its nature.
I mean, lots of people know how Medusas happen, right? It's not exactly a secret. Oh, you better behave or the gods might turn you into a Medusa. I mean,
I mean, is that common knowledge, though? Look at the reception that I get whenever I go somewhere without this on.
That's because they know you did something bad to end up that way.
I speak from experience. You
Am I-
speak from
am I wrong,
you
guys?
speak from book knowledge.
Me? I mean, I did grow up on the streets. I got a little bit of both.
The street.
So what'd you have at your non-rabbit feast?
We had a whole helping of tension in the room
That is a
until
true
it was
statement.
broken by Vulcan, who wants to make us like the coolest weapons that a god has ever made, which sounds pretty cool.
We did
Wasn't
not
it
turn
that-
him down.
Hasn't he been making us weapons?
Apparently not.
He doesn't seem very satisfied with our progress so far.
Maybe he set
So
up
he
shop
wants to make
somewhere.
us weapons out of dissatisfaction?
And he wants better materials to work with.
Did he have suggestions?
He did.
Dragon's
He
Heart.
pointed us to Dragon's Heart, which happens to be Estrella's favorite constellation because it's romantic.
Golden Heart.
Golden Heart.
Hashtag
He did
Golden
also
Heart
ask for a
Resort.
dragon. He did also ask for a dragon heart and dragon scales and stuff like that from the dragon knights we killed. For
Oh.
Right. Yeah. He said, "I'll make you dragon slaying stuff if you kill a dragon."
Silent kind of puts up her head.
You're right. We could use you.
That's not. We wouldn't do that at all.
The dragon kind of buries her head in her little oversized paws.
No, it was a joke. You're too small to make anything useful right now.
I'm gonna brandish my
Wow.
Kind of
scimitar.
like the wings.
Fire breath. No, just kidding.
Resistance in front of it.
I'm kidding. I give Scylla little chin scritches.
Not funny.
It was pretty funny. Get a sense of humor. We're trying to save the world here.
Gold?
She points a little claw at her mouth.
Give her a gold.
And now she kind of cuddles like into you.
Go ahead and mark that off my character sheet.
Scylla attacks.
Okay, I gotta mention something because it's kind of bothering me, and Kasaria already brought it up, and now it's fresh in my mind. Rhodus,
Lyra.
what kind of food do I like to eat?
Bird food.
No, literally the exact opposite of bird food.
Dried
No
corn?
bird food.
What
What's the
constitutes
opposite of
no
bird
bird
food?
food?
Literally any other food.
Well, you're like a bird, right?
There's a lot of different kinds of birds. I mean, some birds eat fish. Fish is good.
Yeah, I don't know. Humans are like pigs, okay? It's not an insult. Not that I'm either of those things.
Yanni,
Huh.
what's Estrella's favorite color?
Purple?
Oh, well, damn. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Not purple. Yeah. I knew that.
Should I know your favorite food like Yanni knows her favorite color? Is that what you're
You-
saying, Lyra?
I
Rhodus
think
You
I'm
know what?
worried that we
feels
just
different.
don't know anything about each other still.
I have an idea, right? There is this game that I read about in a book one time. It is called Never Have I Ever. Okay? And how you play, do you guys know this one? Or should I explain?
I have no
I do not
idea.
know.
Okay, never have I ever. So you say never have I ever, and then you say something like never have I ever, like, I don't know, like, you know, I don't know, eaten bird food, right? And then we all have to guess whether that's right or not. I think that's not exactly right.
Does everyone think I eat bird food?
Scylla nods her head vehemently.
No, it was just an example.
So,
It's a fun game.
Nuts and seeds
know.
and things?
I would
I mean,
not have
yes,
assumed.
but I don't call it bird food. That's like,
Grapes every once in a while? I don't know. Some wine when you can get it?
I mean, yes, wine. Lots of wine.
I think you're confusing two games, Estrella.
Okay, there's also another one I read about that's called What the Fuck Is Up With That, right? And in this game, if I remember correctly, like we all say, "Hey, Casaria, I saw a weird dark hand come out of your spell. What the fuck is up with
Didn't eat bird food. Oh, we're back.
The whole time. Perfect timing.
Alrighty. So as Kazaria, as you're being asked, what the fuck is up with that? What do you say?
I've been asking that since I cast the damn spell.
Okay, this never have I ever game. If it's your turn, does it have to be something you haven't done, or can you lie?
Actually, I think how the game works is that you say something, right? It could be lie or truth. And then everybody else like puts their hand up if they also did the thing. We could make it our own, you know? It was a long time ago I read this book, but
It'd be a lot more
You
fun
guys
if we
heard
took
of
a
that
drink instead of raised our hands.
yeah, we could do that. Right.
Yeah,
I think that was right, Yanni.
Are you trying to get Lyra to eat bird food tonight?
I think we have established that Lyra does not eat bird food.
I eat
Lyra?
seeds and nuts and grapes. I do not call it bird food.
Now we know. That's great. See? We're learning. This is so fun. Who wants to go next?
My favorite food, Lyra.
That's not how the game works.
Sorry, we're making it up as we go.
Rabbit? I don't know.
You see me eat rabbit one time, and you think you know me?
Was she not here 5 minutes ago?
It is a delicacy.
Limited edition craft IPA appears in his head as he starts sipping it.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say his favorite food is alcohol, but
Oh,
Just like his dad.
it gets passed down generation to generation, you know?
So like rum cake?
Rum ham.
Ooh.
The old rum ham.
All I'm saying, I know it's little stuff, but I feel like we still just really are winging it, and we don't know a lot about each other, and like we're literally risking our lives together, and all we know is all the bad shit that's happened to us, because that's the only thing we ever talk about is all the bad shit that's happened to us.
do you want
Alright,
to go
I'll
around
go
the
next.
room and just like say what we like and what we goals are, or 5-year plan?
And what's my middle name?
I mean, are we adding this to our list of like 5 things
Daddy.
we have to do in like 40 days or less?
It won't
Alright,
matter if we all
question.
die, so
I have been with you all now for many fights. Yes, it's been a while. And none of you have asked me to join your friendship oath, right? What
That
the
was
fuck
for
is
your
up with that?
It's not. It's one of those. It's like a birthday party where the invite is just inferred, you know, where you're just like, oh, obviously you're.
No, it is not like that. It is exactly not like that. It is actually something you have to agree to.
we
Do you,
just
do you really want to
assumed-
straddle yourself with an oath?
I mean, it's not a big deal, you know. I don't mind. It's not like I think about it a lot, or anything.
you came in at a time when we were really like anti-oath, so I think we just didn't even bring it up.
Do it right now.
What,
There's
right now.
never been a
saying you
time
wanna
in my
be-
life when I have been pro-oath, just for the record.
Are you saying that you want to put your life on the line and possibly die by swearing an oath when Brodus can't even keeps insisting Lyra eats bird food?
Why do we gotta
mean,
mention
what
the bird food?
What if we don't stay friends along the way and we just kill each other that way?
Oh.
I don't think that will happen. I say we
Listen,
do the
I'm
oath
not
right now.
saying that we have to do it. Thank you, Brisa. But all I'm saying is you could mention it. You know,
Okay,
we're
I'm
not
pro,
about
I'm
it,
pro,
but I'm
anyway.
not
We're
in
gonna
the
do it.
room.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right now. Let's do it. Put your hands in. Everybody, put your hands in.
Oh, get the rings. We can use the rings too. We
I
can
don't
put the
want to
rings
do it
together.
now that
Nope.
you feel guilty. I want you to do it because you want me to be your
I don't
friend.
feel guilty. I feel bad because I thought, and now I'm worried that you feel like we weren't friends because you weren't in the.
No, we cannot also lose Tyler now. Damn it! No, no ISPs, bad ISPs.
I
I'm
tend to
back
not
now.
ask my friends to make oaths. That's kind of,
I'm with Yanni.
just saying.
I love oaths. I think oaths are wonderful.
But I saw the way you looked at me when Sidon appeared in that cavern. You know, I am very insightful. Although I might be naive, I am not stupid. It is a mistake to make to think so.
I
You
think on
trust
this
me?
journey of shared fate is a good thing. So I say we should do the oath now.
Rotis, do you trust me?
I trust you.
That was a very pregnant pause.
Detect thoughts.
What are the surface
Whoa.
thoughts percolating in your mind, Protus? Like, surface emotions.
It was more like, what is that question loaded with behind it? That's what I was thinking about. There's a lot of
Smiling
can-
Estrella
can
face
do a lot of
shotgun.
things, yes. It's more like once I say yes, I trust you. What are you going to ask me to do? That's the thought that I have. But yes,
I trust you too.
so we can do this oath.
Also, I'm pretty sure that the rings might be magic, so maybe we shouldn't just put them on. Maybe we should find out that before we put the rings on. But we should do this oath.
Let me see one.
Really? You really want it, or are you just doing it because you feel guilty?
Read my mind.
Okay, I read her mind. I mean, it's kind of against the point because you could just say in your mind the thing, and then I will hear that.
It's just
Kind
boots
of
and
how it
cats and
works.
boots and cats and boots and cats.
It's just screams. Just screaming.
Kicking birdseed.
Avoid.
Like,
Oh my
Angrily.
god!
Lyra
I'm
imagining stabbing everyone.
What if I
Oh.
started? It was
that's dark. I'm gonna say in your mind, not out loud. Ooh, it's dark in there. Yeesh.
Surface thoughts right now. Lyra is probably absolutely on board with doing the Oath of Friendship. Not doing it because she feels guilty. More so wants to do it because she's upset because she thought that like our whole friendship was already past that, and now she's disappointed in herself because she's worried that she hurt your feelings without trying to.
Oh no, I have to pretend like I didn't hear that. Oh, shit, don't make a face. Okay, that was all inside the head. Okay, so how do we make this oath? How does it work?
Britcha, you're the expert.
There was like a whole thing that we had to say the first time, and I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it, but
Didn't
There
you
was a
mention
giant- there was a
bracelet or
giant
something?
There was
Is
like
there-
a whole. It was like a
I think
a
it
whole
goes something like,
speech.
I'm a man and I can change if I have to, I guess. Wait, no, that was a different thing.
It's
Sorry.
Lyra,
like
get the rings
grant
out.
me the ability to change. the
Nobody else
things I
watches Red
can.
Dwarf. Okay.
No.
Sorry. Or not Red Dwarf. Anyway, yeah. Yeah.
I don't. The rings. What if they're bad?
Get the rings out. Get them out.
Pull out the rings.
Why don't you
Why do we keep listening to
Wait.
Brissa here when we're like, what, 12 oaths deep?
I mean, we already like identified the rings. They were like they could be repaired if I remember correctly, but they're like not magical right now.
Yeah, they
So,
had like
yeah.
a subtle magic to them that
Yeah.
implied what they had once been and
Yeah.
maybe could be again.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we can still wear them.
Yeah, all Lyra got out of that was that they're magic. So
All right, everyone put on a ring. Bristol will put on a ring and just grab them and start handing them out.
Rotus, this will be like practice for you.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
we should have asked Vulcan about these.
Did we
Hmm.
did you identify them?
Yeah, but they're
Sorry, you
broken.
did, right?
They're like
Yeah.
magically broken.
Okay.
They need like, put back in the nuclear reactor for a few hours to juice back up or something.
I'm not gonna put this ring on right away. I'm just gonna put it on a necklace instead.
Okay, Carrie Bradshaw.
Don't worry. I'm not trying to put this thing on and not be able to take it off.
And then I thought to myself, was I the ring on the necklace the whole time? Okay, I'm sorry.
And just like that.
I put the ring on. Whatever. We might die. Who cares?
One by one, you guys put these cursed rings on your finger, except for Casaria, staying smart as Carrie Bradshaw. As you guys go around the center of the room, what do you guys say to affect this oath of friendship?
Okay, here's what you gotta say. Okay, are you ready?
Are you going to make this up now? It sounds like you're going to make it up.
No, the 100% legit.
Okay.
So you have to say your name, like I, Estrella.
I, Estrella.
I wrote us.
I, Lyra.
Brisa.
Hi, Yanni.
Sorry.
She actually muffles
She's like-
behind her hair. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how I'm like thinking if this oath went through like a round of telephone like 4 times, what Lyra would remember if it just went back and forth. Swear that we're all friends
I swear that we're all friends.
and I will do my best to uphold our friendship with my life.
And I will do my best to uphold our friendship with my life.
And this is an oath of friendship.
And this is an oath of friendship.
There you go. It's done.
I swear to add that Estrella is now included in the oath I swore previously for the rest of these people.
I swear as well.
As do I.
I swear to murder Brissa if we end up in another oath. So mote it be.
Oh boy. That's gonna come back to bite one of us in the ass.
Casaria, do you swear anything in relation to the oath of friendship?
No. Yeah. I'll swear to watch Estrella's back going forward.
I'm not crying. It's not a big deal. You know, but I've never really had friends before, so this is kind of a big deal. Thank you. I'm not going to try to kill you. You can trust me. See? The ring? You know? The oath?
Were you worried
wasn't
that we
worried.
didn't trust you?
Well, it's just that I can read, you know, your minds. And so I don't do it like a lot, but you know, sometimes you catch like little bits and pieces. And, you know, understandably, when Sidon came and he was like, "Hey, Estrella, you're too good to be in this group. You should come and just be like a queen," and, you know, all that. You know, it seemed like maybe you guys were like, hadn't considered that before. Perhaps she could just, you know, kill us all, or she's like a mole, you know, or whatever. But I'm not.
I really wasn't concerned. Just so you know.
Thanks, Yanni.
I mean, I feel like if you were gonna do it, you probably would have done it then.
Yeah, would have been a perfect time.
Yeah, we were real, like,
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair. It would have been a good time.
Okay, so what do we do now?
So are we? I guess we're gonna stay a day tomorrow, right? Because you guys need to do some research and stuff, right? Yanni and Kasara, that's what you guys were going to do.
Yeah, I mean, at least a few hours worth.
Mhm.
Might be
Do
able
we
to
wa-
set off tomorrow evening. But
Yeah, do we want to set off tomorrow evening then? I think that sounds good.
Yeah, that
I
works
mean,
for me.
It seems like we're running out of time.
Yeah.
What are we down to? Like a week and a half or something? It seems like it just flies by.
Did we get our Chimera money?
Not yet.
Do we want to split up the money that we did get though, so that we can go and buy things and pay for it? And I do say we saved like 10% of it for the ship or something to pay for ship fees.
I think maybe we need to give some of it to the families of the crew that did not make it.
I mean, they're already getting paid.
Right. They got the
Well-
money that the soldiers would have gotten.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, we did agree to do that. Like, you know, the money for the people that were killed, we're just going to go to them, and they can split it up.
Oh, great. Okay. So who has all the money? I'm looking at Lyra.
It's me. It's me. It's me.
Oh, it is?
I'm not super good at math, I'll be honest. So
Don't you have an abacus?
I can just do it in the background, and we'll split it 6 ways. It's easy.
I think you already did.
I think I did. Or did I?
It was like 476 to everyone. If we converted it all to gold.
Yes, you are right. I did do that. I remember now.
Just putting this out there. If we were to encounter like a basilisk or a Medusa again, and it turned us to stone, Caesarea and I can fix that now. You know? But it costs 1 second, let me think. I forgot for a moment.
100.
Right, 100 gold worth of diamond dust per casting.
Well, we
There was
got
a-
more
there was a-
diamonds.
I was about to say there was a bunch of diamonds in the loot that we got.
I don't remember how many.
10.
Oh shit!
I
You're
think
right.
it was 10.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't remember, but
and we don't know exactly how much it is. We have an estimate of how much they're worth, but I was gonna take them to the jeweler to make her tomorrow,
So-
and
So we
also
just-
price the jewelry that we got that wasn't magic, which was like 3 necklaces, I think.
Yeah.
Was that it? Just the necklaces?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to scroll up, but I can't find it.
It was 2 weeks ago.
I know. I'm like, where is it?
It's too much chat.
Ah, here it is.
All that talk about grad school that scared Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3 gem-studded necklaces, 15 other gems technically, if only 10 of them were diamonds. So we'll have to figure that out, David.
All right. So yeah, 476 per person. You were correct.
That part I remembered because I put it on my character sheet already.
Bad? I did not.
And if you guys want to, you can keep that on the loot for now too. You guys have a shared loot one.
Oh, do we?
Mhm.
Where did it?
Yeah, do you guys want me to just transfer that into the loot for now? And then you guys can...
Well, yeah, maybe. We do need to set some aside
Oh.
for paying for sailors.
I didn't
and
even
stuff.
know we had a party. That's a lot of gold, David.
Yeah, it was an extra 0. My finger slipped. Don't worry about it.
We'll keep it. No worries.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it was the bank's mistake, not mine.
I mean, we could always just, you know, split the coins that we have, and then whatever the necklaces sell for, use that for the ship funds. Because I imagine those are going to sell for a pretty penny.
So including
How much
the...
is it in-
including the payout you guys are going to get in the morning. That's 3,860 gold. That's in the loot currently. So please, is anybody who has gold in their inventory that should be the Chimera loot?
I do. I'll take it out.
I don't.
Anyone who has
I
that,
do right now.
yeah, delete that out. We'll make it part of the party loot for now, just to make things easier.
Back to 4 gold because I gave one to Thylea.
8% of your net worth.
She's so cute.
So, jeweler, that's something we need to do tomorrow. I have to take Lothario on a lunch date. Oh, speaking of us thinking you might have been a mole this entire time, Estrella, which we totally don't. Please stop worrying about that. So I talked to Lothario on the way back to Mitros, and he mentioned, totally unprovoked, that when he's not here, he's in the Nether Sea, which technically would grant him access to information in the Nether Sea.
I mean, that makes sense.
So you're saying it's Lothario and by extension you we shouldn't be trusting?
No, I'm saying I could probably get information that we wouldn't normally have about the happenings in the Nether Sea.
But what's keeping him from passing on information about us to ultimately Lotharia?
I am working on that part. That's what the lunch date is for.
Are you
Promising.
bribing him with birdseed?
I will join Lotharia and murder all of you if you keep mentioning this bird seed.
That would go against the oath. Just
That
saying.
seems.
It would be worth it.
You'd be a harpy.
We fought some of them. Sometimes they're rad.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
They're not. I hate them actually. That wasn't true.
Okie
You know,
dokie.
Chandras also told me that I think he said he was like from the Nazi or like was there for
Yeah.
a while.
We should probably talk about Chandras also worships Lotharia. So that's bad.
True.
Yeah.
Right, but we shouldn't judge people for their beliefs. They can believe whatever they want to.
He wanted us to sacrifice children, like into the priesthood or something like that. I don't remember the details now, but anyway, he wanted us to basically like
Force children to follow Lotharia to
Yeah.
make your dad stop the famine that was happening earlier.
Okay, but did it seem to you like maybe he's only worshipping Lotharia because he has to, because she will like murder him really awfully if he
I
doesn't?
don't know. He seems into it.
Yeah, it seems really voluntary.
He was giving me
honestly.
some stink eye back there at dinner because his boss hates me.
I mean, he was really on the train of Lotharia and Sidon should be the rulers of Thylea, so
I mean, maybe it's just Lotharia that's the super murdery one, and Sidon isn't that bad. And we just have to deal with maybe we just kill Lotharia, and then Sidon's
So you're-
like, okay, and
You're
he
saying that
goes-
Sidon's kind of guilty of just giving into the whole happy wife, happy life thing, and that's really his only sin?
exactly.
Okay, that's why I'm single. But anyway,
There was a moment when I noticed a bit of, I don't want to say humanity in him, but almost like when I said that people should have a right to choose, that he considered it for a moment. You know?
is it when he was flirting with you? Because I saw that.
Flirting? Oh, no. I think he is disappointed in me. I think he expects me to like unquestioningly just be on his side of things. I don't think anyone has ever or at least not in a very long time, said, hey, maybe think about what you're doing. Maybe it's not the right thing to do, you know? You get in this like group and everyone's like, yeah, it's great. We make people kill children and whatnot. And you're like, oh yeah, everybody thinks this. But maybe somebody says one day like, that's not good. And then you're like, maybe that's not good, you know?
I mean, if it's forceful worship, sure. But it doesn't seem that way from the experiences we've had with him so far.
I think you're right, Brisa. I think you're right.
Yeah, I just think maybe Lotharia is the bad seed. So we kill her, we see what Sidon says, and if it's like, oh, I'm gonna absolve my ways and not kill everyone that worships me anymore, then we're happy. Then we can have a nice like little peace and have all the gods. But if then he's extra murdery, then we'll have to cross that bridge when it comes to. But hopefully we don't have to do that.
Hopefully.
Besides the academy, what is everyone else doing tomorrow?
Probably taking a nap.
Whatever it is, we should do it fast because we, are on a time limit and stuff.
I was going to go around the city, and I have a spell that lets me like locate things. So I was going to try and see if I could find that sword. And if I couldn't find that sword, I was just going to go to the shadiest spot I could find, and maybe like where they like have like smuggled goods and stuff like that, and start asking about the sword. That was my rough plan for tomorrow before we head out.
I'm going to go see my brother. We could ask him if he knows anyone.
I mean, he might, yeah, maybe, yeah. Try
Good
that.
go see your brother. Just kidding. I have plans. I have things I already have to do.
What am I missing? Is there like an inside joke that I don't know about? We are wearing all the rings now. I feel like you have to tell me.
Oh, Rhodus's brother is hot, and he's also an escort.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. You told me that once before.
Yeah.
That was just right before you joined.
Well, I can go to.
Well,
meet
no,
his brother.
She's met him. You've met him.
Yeah,
before,
it was like
kind of.
because her
Brisbane.
dad and mom had that big fight in the middle of the Siren's Roost where he worked.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a lot going on right then. I was
That's
like,
true.
Mother,
There was a lot
why did you
going
keep me
on.
locked in a dungeon for my whole life? And she was like, oh, Estrella, you don't understand,
There's all kinds of shady business going on at the Siren's Roost.
Yeah. Where Rhodus has like the muscle, like buff attractiveness, his brother is like still kind of muscly, but more like toned, like leaner, muscly, like agile, like maybe a swimmer.
Just depends on what you're into, you know? Look, the barbarian body type's not for everybody. I get it. Some people want the ranger body type. I don't know.
They're both good body types. I have nothing against either body type. I'm just trying to paint a picture.
Fun. I feel like we're learning so much about one another. This is great.
I think
I
it's
still
good.
don't know what kind of food Lyra likes to eat.
Not bird food.
Rhodes, she likes to eat grapes and seeds and nuts, but do not call it birdseed.
Not
You're
just grapes and seeds and nuts.
Estrella is completely serious. Like she feels like she just did Rhodes a solid.
Thank you
You're welcome.
for the explanation.
She eats trail mix.
Oh, me trail mix.
Man. Let me go find that dagger that I accidentally tossed into the sea.
Rhodus is going to bed.
Yeah, same.
And Sila just kind of immediately kind of starts spooning you, Brissa. All right.
We have our own rooms.
Kind of. I mean, they're like essentially en-suites that come off of the central route thing, and there's like curtains that you guys can close between one another, but privacy, you know.
Yeah. It's fancy though.
Yeah. Oh, it's extremely fancy. As you guys turn in for the evening, is there anything else that you guys want to do this evening before you go to bed? Tyler, I'm looking at you. Would you like to Tyler something at the end of the before the long rest comes in?
Why? Why you gotta call me out like that?
Okay, cool. Hearing nothing from Lyra. As you guys, you're thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Oh, gods. As you guys are turning in for the night, you guys, find yourselves drifting off into mostly restful sleep. Everyone, except for, of course, Lyra.
Great.
You
Maybe
find
I
yourself
should do something.
emotional, no, but you find yourself once again in the dark cave. You can't seem to be able to look up much, but you see all of these weird larvae that are just scattered all throughout, kind of going around. So you see kelp and it's like algae or something like that, just all leading down into the central hole that has this fetid pool swimming around. But there's a shining, a scintillating red light. And as you get closer towards it, you see that it seems to be a gem that is stuck inside of a weird round metal object with a bunch of teeth, not actual literal teeth, but like cog style all around it. And intrinsically you know that is the piece you're hunting. That is the piece that if you get it, you'll be able to go to other places with the Antiquitera. And as you look at it, you just hear, come, echoing within the cave. You wake up with a start as all of you guys wake up in the morning feeling like Estrella. But apparently Estrella's P. Diddy. But as you guys wake up in the morning, I don't know why. As you guys wake up, Lyra, you again, this one was less emotional damage and much more, damn it, like tell me more. And there's just nothing more. It's just you think what they were trying to communicate it as, come to the island, find them, and they will tell you. It is the morning after, and indeed, a couple centurions, young, strapping, ranger-bodied type, I guess, individuals arrive carrying a small chest between them, setting it on the large table in the middle of the room, opening it up, and saying, "The king sends his regards, but he has some other affairs to attend to this day. For the slaying of the Chimera, very well done to all of you. Thank you for making the waterways of the Cerulean once more safe for our men and women in the force. We did have some questions about the deaths of some of the soldiers on the ship.
Yeah.
What about them?
From their memory, the soldiers seemed foggy on what happened, though they did find one of their own burned to a crisp upon the surface.
We were attacked by demons. It was some of the soldiers were possessed by the demons, and they were attacking the sailors. They were attacking us. It was we knocked most of them out. Some of the demons got them after they were knocked out unconscious and everything. It was very horrific, but we saved I think a few of them.
We did preface this with what we were going into, and opposing Lutheria does not always end with a not charred body on the deck of a ship.
And the centurions working for the king and queen know this. Brissa, go ahead and make me a half-truth deception check, if you would.
I mean, I guess. Yeah,
It's solidly based in truth. No question about it. What you get?
15. 15.
I know we don't want to seem ungrateful for what you have done. The men and women that work as Centurions know what they put themselves. Well, we know our line of work. We just wanted to follow up. Thank you for clarifying.
There's no worries. I mean, you are also more than welcome to continue and with us on the journey and everything. And everything. I think that would be fantastic.
We probably shouldn't tell you this, but the Queen has called all Centurions back to the city. Well, the Force is getting somewhat worried. We think that we're gearing up for something. We have heard of, well, the Screamer hordes in the north wanting to attack Astoria once the hope ends. We're worried about something like that might be happening to Mitros. Arisia doesn't want to share information, which is understandable, but well, let's just say that they are just as much in the line of fire for Sidon and his forces as we are. War is on our doorstep, and we will need every able-bodied man and woman that we can get here. Well, it was an honor serving with you for the time being. This is from the men that have traveled with you. Thank you. May Thylea guide your step. Bows towards you and the two leave.
Streya's gonna come in awkwardly as usual with like a huge tray piled up with like breakfast stuff, and she's gonna be like, "I got breakfast, everyone. So, Lyra, this is for you," and it's gonna be like birds eating grapes, and Rotis, this is for you, and it's like rabbit.
Did you say birdseed?
Yeah, that's your favorite. It's not birdseed. I would not call it birdseed, but I give you a plate of that. And Rotis gets rabbit, and everybody else gets like just whatever's piled up on the thing.
Well, thanks,
Friends,
Estrella.
right? This is what friends do. You
I'm
don't
gonna get my country breakfast ready and scoop up some waffles and some eggs.
So,
It's perfect.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Start eating.
This was real thoughtful.
well, Lyra, you've always been so nice to me, so I just wanted to get you your favorite special morning breakfast.
And you nailed it. On the nose.
Is it finger licking good, Lyra?
I mean, I eat it. It's not bad food.
The reluctant anger in her eyes. It's real good birdseed though, so that's the nice part.
Do we
Where
get
did
like
you
a?
even find it? Is the question, like.
The kitchen
We
staff
gotta-
that morning though, Estrella had kind of run off and like, all right, this is what I need. The whole other scene, they're like, birdseed, are you sure?
Super
We-
important.
Okay.
We get a knee jerk like pecking motion from Lyra.
I don't have a beak. There is no pecking.
Alrighty. As you guys finish your breakfast with one another, you guys have certain outlines, certain things that you guys want to do. So just to recap, just to make sure that I have them right too. So Yanni, you're probably gonna venture off to the academy, do a little bit of research, maybe try to get some scrolls and that kind of stuff worked on. Rotis, you want to talk to your brother and chit chat with that kind of stuff. Estrella, what would you like to do for the day? I don't remember.
I mean, I think I'm going to meet Rotis's brother.
Oh
I
God.
heard he was hot, so
Fuck. All right, Brissa, what would you
Oh,
like to do?
hot.
You're gonna go search for the sword in the city.
yeah, and try and find shady spots to search for the sword.
Alrighty, Lyra, you gonna have your lunch with a
Right.
with an
Yeah, I'm gonna get our jewels appraised, and have a lunch date with that's the potted plant one.
No shit! Yes, that is definitely going to happen in that scene. 100%. I'm excited. Okay, cool.
Potted plant one.
Yep, you turn into a potted plant. While you're a plant, you're incapacitated and
Yes,
have
yes, yes, yes,
vulnerability to all
shush,
damage.
shush. All right, Yanni and Kasaria, you guys say goodbyes to the rest of the group as you guys head over towards the academy. There's interestingly enough, as you guys see, there seems to be a little bit more hustle and bustle than you guys are used to. In fact, you see centurions, or at least what are breastplate wearing kind of toga individuals that have the same kind of colors of gold and white that the centurions here have. As they're walking around, you can tell that there's a lot of military people in the academy. You guys make your way through. Yeah, you guys make your way through here. As Yanni, you're just like, I kind of know where I have to go, but do you want to help out Kasaria trying to do the research on Kantemani as well?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kasaria, go ahead and make me an investigation check with advantage, as Yanni is mostly just kind of focused down on trying to get some scrolls down. And then Yanni, go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
17.
Nice.
Ha! Where's that when I'm trying for divine
Intervention.
Oh my god. The other day, I had another player where I did that same kind of luck roll, and he's like, I'm so good at divine intervention, it's going to be a low roll. Rolls a 7. I'm like, why did you jinx yourself like that? Why would you do that? Anyway, alrighty. So as you guys are searching through Kasaria, what kind of also you just like generally looking Kentemani and stuff related to that, maybe curses of yada yada yada, like what are you looking for?
I mean, background first and foremost. Find out like temperament, personality, like any sort of lore associated with them, and what the hell that would have to do with like natural magic.
Okay. So, Yanni, you keep asking like, could I bother you? Could just for 1 sec? Okay, I could. It's so hard. As Kasari's like, yeah, help me with my. Damn it. As you're kind of doing research with her there, what you guys are able to find out over the hours that you spent there is, Kentemani is the husband of Thylea, a god just as powerful, and the elder titan that spawned with his own blood the other titans. So that information seems to match up with what you guys had heard before, researched before. Kentemani, as far as domains go, there's a lot of theology and religious texts that go into that, belongs squarely in the domain of destruction and war. Almost diametrically opposed to Thylea. It is odd that these two would become husband and wife, to be a pair of the gods in that way. Nobody really knows what happened before Thylea was born. People just know that Kentemani cried and wept and angered and raged when his wife died and gave birth to the land that is now known as Thylea. However, the original tree that spawned, the tree of Thylea, which sparks a memory in both of you guys, and Kasaria especially, when you guys were outside of the cave of the Mithril Mines, the tree that had grown and from which you had a seed born, reminds you of that. It was said that Kentemani took seeds from that, or the what is it called, the fruit of the tree, ate it, and from those seeds again, Lutheria and Sidon spawned. You guys now know this must have been multiple titans. Chandras even seemed to have confirmed that when you guys asked him. And it was that Kentemani, with the 17 which you guys are able to find, it was that Kentemani was at first angered that Thylea had died, and then he saw that she lived on in the land. It is said in the mythological stories that you guys are finding is that Kentemani went to sleep, slumbering and leaving the land to the Titans to control and do with what they want, so long as Thylea would be upheld, slumbering to protect her against any threat. So it seems in a way that Kintamani is bound to Thylea. By choice, by creed, by both. Yanni, as you ask around, it seems that due to the war efforts, totally not a natural one on a D100 roll, that most of the spell scrolls and things that are, currently available through the academy are being essentially war bonded by the military. The Centurions are trying to grab as much as they can, especially the functional stuff. Everything from the Uber Fireball to the 4th level Disintegrate spell. Anything like that suddenly is just kind of put over to the sides. Like this crazy spell is I win D&D. It's right there and somebody snags it right before you can get to it. However, what you are able to grab as you kind of ask for it a couple different times is remove curse and blindness deafness if you'd like to purchase it. It will run you a total
how
of
much?
550 gold just for the scrolls, and then a little bit extra for the actually being able to scribe it.
I mean, I already have some of the. I have 3.
Anyways.
And you guys could make that, part of the party fun. Something like, remove
32.
curse has
That's true.
purposes.
By the way, 32. For your turn, you get teleported to the astral plane.
And we'll get there.
It's just.
I mean, if we're gonna just deduct the cost from the, I have 119 gold on me, so if we're gonna deduct the rest of it from the party fund, then yeah, I'll take them both.
Is everyone okay with that? Anyone opposed?
That's fine.
And Sila puts on little monocles and becomes the party treasurer.
Anyone opposed, speak up now.
Alrighty, so you said let's take 100 off of yours, just to make it simple. How about? And then I'll take.
Okay. And then I guess to scribe them, but remove curse is 2nd or 3rd level.
You tell me. I think remove curse is 3rd.
I wanted to say 3rd.
I think so.
Yeah, it's 3rd.
I'm gonna need 2 more. What, another 100 gold worth of inks and whatnot? It's 50 gold a level, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess when we're done here, I'll wander over to.
Which is where the fun begins. Yanni, you see that there's a bunch of scribes just very vehemently and kind of quickly trying to scribe scrolls and stuff like that, and you have a flashback to the terrible, terrible mishap that you had when you first were starting to scribe scrolls and learn that here, wasting a lot of the writing implements that day. But as you start to scribe yourself, you see that there's another caster individual kind of across from you, putting a couple different ingredients and materials out in front of them, and then weighing them, measuring them, starting to put them out in front of them as they go. All right, now I think this should go over there, and this should. And with that, she kind of dinks against one of the scales as the magic material component kind of falls out, falls onto, and then kind of comes to a rest. It seems to be magical chalk or something like that. As it touches the page that you had just been writing on, you're Casaria, as you're sitting there reading about Kentamani, you kind of look up as you hear kind of a ping, but it sounds like clay hitting wood, and Yanni's gone. Oh, no, someone, please, as all of the people kind of look around, there's just a beautiful little potted plant where Yanni used to be.
Love it.
As people come over, they kind of dispel that. Yanni, you're oh. You kind of spit up some dirt. You're
That was different.
I'm gonna. Wait, so is he still a plant, or did he just turn back?
He turned back. It doesn't even as per the thing, it doesn't last super long.
Oh.
Yeah. However, as you guys later
I'm
that
gonna still walk up to him and do a nature check. Just for shits and giggles.
sure thing.
Were you a plant all along, Yanni?
Right, does
Yes.
he have any other plant-like qualities reminiscent of his time?
You notice that he was a little mint plant, and he does give off like this very
Mhm.
interesting minty smell now, even post transition. But the
Ooh,
true
fresh.
question now for the rest of the thing is, was Yanni a potted plant that was true polymorphed into a human all along? Well, humanoid. We'll find out. As you guys are leaving the place later that evening, you guys are actually seeing an interesting thing. As with the hall had been kind of cleared, and in fact, there's Centurions kind of like blocking the path and sight a little bit to what seems to be a side room. It's like, all right, ready for testing, fire! And there's a kind of little explosion as you see some kind of object flying. And as it flies, it seems to hit a larger target of sorts, but it seems to have a scintillating, almost pinkish quality to it. And as the object hits, suddenly you hear a crack and tear in existence itself. And suddenly there's just this it's not an explosion, but it seems to be kind of like a cracking, a spidering out of maybe 10-foot sphere or something like that. You see, for that blink of a split second, an infinite expanse of purples and pinks, stars and silvery clouds, and a... All right, that works. It's a little expensive, don't you think?
Yes, but if we use this correctly, this could be a magnificent weapon.
Yes, but these things do not come by easily. Do you understand how difficult it is to make a portable hole?
Yes, but...
And as you guys are walking by this discussion of some kind of weird arcane warfare. Alright. We'll switch back over to Rhodas and Estrella. Oh boy. As you guys are heading back to the Siren's Roost, the last time that you guys were there, there was a little bit of a ruckus. Things got destroyed, oracles got mad, As you walk back in, you do indeed see your brother almost immediately there. Now I gotta pull up his thing. This is gonna be for Estrella, so
On the way there,
His token doesn't do
and then
it
there is
justice.
this constellation called the Dreamer, which is actually not a constellation at all. It's actually an absence of constellations. It's a big dark spot in the sky where there's no stars at all. And if you look in that, the whole way there.
amazing. Alrighty.
Rhodas has mastered the art of turning his ears off.
Oh, God.
He made the mistake of pretending like he was interested once.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys walk in, Callistor... Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
I said I'll humor her.
Callistor is indeed working once again. It seems like the tables have been replaced. All the places that got destroyed inside have been, refurbished. And as he's working behind the bar, he kind of looks up, looks between the two of you, gives you a nod, Rhodas, and then looks towards Estrella. Are you going to destroy the entire place again? Well, not you, but your mom. Listen.
We are two entirely different people, it turns out.
I know, it's surprising to even me, but see, as far as being banned from the place, Ambrosia has put that for both of you. And that Minotaur guy, Minos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ambrosia
Bummer.
banned us.
Not, you're good.
Oh, it's fine. I'll be right out here.
Oh, no. Alright, come in. Between you and I, Ambrosia's out for the day, so you should be okay.
We'll
Come
keep
in.
it low.
You are literally the son of, Peter, and part of Light of Thylea. You were responsible for part of the destruction of this place last time. That's going to be hard, but yeah, a couple of these people owe me a favor. Come on in. What can I get you?
Is Brissa coming with us as well? Because she was looking for the. Okay.
She
I'll
just has
still
like a
ask.
metal detector walking through the streets.
I mean that is what I'm going to ask him about. So like, if there's anything I want to talk about with him, it's
Go for
I
it.
just want to see if he, I'll tell him we sent a sword with a messenger to be forged by Vulcan, our grandfather.
Must
Look at
be
that.
great to be rich.
Uh,
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah. Well, I am coming to you because of your particular, the crowd you hang around with it's an asset, and I see the value in it.
Understood. If you're asking me to keep my ear close to the doors, I can.
Yes, or if there's anyone else that you would recommend I speak with, that might be able to, someone who might have purchased it, or someone who might be interested in searching for it for us.
Of course. Sounds good. Can you, he kind of looks behind and takes out a little bit of a parchment, rolls it out. Can you give me a description?
It is long and pointy.
Nice.
Oh,
I see where you
beautiful.
became the hero. Mm-hmm. Is he really actually always like this? He looks at you now, Estrella. What is it
Oh yes,
like to
he's
travel?
always very good at talking to people, and he's very charming as well.
And she knows everything about stars.
Oh,
I do.
are you an academy
And I'm
nerd?
gonna go get drinks, and I'm just gonna like leave her to. I'm gonna
Everything
go like
is-
find some other people to talk to.
Everything is
Wow.
an exaggeration. But did you know?
And he kind of, you know what? I'm gonna roll for this one. Okay. Disconnected and reconnected. So
You.
Or something
How about
like
now?
that.
yeah, he
How
unplugged
about
something
now?
in his excitement.
I didn't even unplug anything. It just
Oh,
There we go.
you're back.
There you are.
yep. Hey, but as he is actually super excited as you say, like, oh yeah, the Golden Heart. He goes like, yes, I know. I heard that hunting parties go there all the time. It is one of the most amazing places to go. I've always wanted to go on a try it there myself, but you know how it goes. And he is actually fuck. I rolled high enough. He is a nerd about it. He's a
Oh my
huge
gosh.
closet like nerd.
Amazing.
What have I done? What have I created?
As he kind of goes into that, he's just like, all right, listen, I wish I could I wish I could travel with you all. I don't think I should. I think I don't want to die. From the stories that the sailors tell us, you put yourself on the line quite often.
It's just me.
It's just you now. Rhoda's abandoned you.
Oh gosh. Well, I, for a very long time, had never even seen the world outside. And it was super scary. But I find you just take one step at a time. And if you just take another step and another step, then it's not so scary.
That's true. That is true. I mean, it is more tempting to go now. I'll be honest. My place is here. What are you going to do next? You going to the Golden Heart? Please tell me you are.
There's a lot of options on the table, and I'm not really like a leader. I just kind of go with them. So I'm not really sure, but Rotus is kind of our leader, and also Brisa. But you should ask him because he probably knows.
Wait, you're telling me my brother, who has had everything handed to him in a silver spoon his entire life. Whether that is true or not, that is obviously what he believes. And the girl who got herself captured from a whorehouse, leading that group?
What?
Oh, you weren't here for that part. So, oh, this is a whorehouse, by the way. Well, we don't like it. It's a fine establishment. We like to do dances and yeah. Anyone that you see that walks around with more revealing, kind of looks down as his chest is revealed. Lack of clothing, you can hire for the evening. Now, they were here celebrating after the Great Games, which you know to be kind of like the Olympic Games of the world. And let's just say one thing led to another, and well, they kind of got themselves batting with the Thieves Guild of Mitros, the Cult of the Snake. Which, by the way, I hear now is run by the second in charge, the person who actually grabbed Brisa. So, yeah.
Oof.
Oofies.
That is a lot.
Mhm.
Awkward laugh. She's just gonna.
So, tell me about yourself. Who are you?
There's not much to tell. My name is Estrella, right? I love the stars, right? We have that in common. That's great.
One of the most famous women in all of Thylea is your mother. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I mean, all right, you saw the the confrontation. We call this air quotes.
The disaster is
Um,
what Ambrosia calls it. But yes, that's
I
the
mean,
one.
it really wasn't that big of a deal. I think we should not, exaggerate.
Oh, don't. Okay, I see. Where are you coming from? Do not say that around Ambrosia. She is going to. This is her baby. You know.
I really prefer not to say anything around anyone.
Oh,
secret.
please. No.
It's so true.
Alright, so
No.
here are a couple of things. And Counselor just ends up going into like some tips and tricks on how to be like a normal person, how to strike a conversation, those little things like, and he's just absolutely flabbergasted where you're like, yeah, you then just try to do matchmaker between people immediately because they obviously love each other. He's like, oh no. Oh, if you do that, if things go wrong between them, who do you think they're gonna blame? You, of course, because you're the one that got them together in the first place. And on go like that. Rhodas, is there anything else that you wanted to accomplish in the Siren's Roost? Or the city?
Were you going to do something else here in this whorehouse? But I was here with you.
No.
Mm.
You look over your shoulder, Estrella, and Rhodas is absolutely looking at the menu.
No.
Hi, Rhodes. Hello.
Yes. The burger menu.
Speaking of, the redhead does definitely walk by you there.
One thing that I actually would like to do before we leave, at least, is redheads. Okay, David.
It's pre-recorded. You had two individuals walk in a room with you. One was a requested redhead. It happened. Anyway, beside the point. And it definitely can. Tyler. Get it back.
I would like to buy a longbow before we leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, easy peasy. I'll get that added to your inventory. So you really want to go into the shopping for that one.
In depth.
Ooh.
I need half an hour of roleplay for this.
All right. Let me roll all the random things for this. No. You do come across, we'll say it cuts over as you walk into the Ahora to kind of shop further. You see, you walk into the same place that you would have expected Lyra to go to, and you see that Lyra has already been talking with Agalia, the owl folk that operates the small magic store there. All of the pedestals are empty. All of the magic items on the walls have been cleared out, it seems. And as you inquire about that, Lyra and Rhodas, you kind of ding, 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 kind of walk in there at the same time. She goes,
Oh, both of you in here. This is nice. The soldiers, the centurions came by and they bought as much as they could. It's good for business, but it makes me worried when the military buys up a lot of magic items. Do you know something?
Deception check! No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
If you want to.
29.
Oh, whew, okay. Now I feel a little bit better. I was worried that maybe there would be another Arisian campaign or something. Oh, we're safe then? Why do you think? Oh, it is for the dragon, isn't it? And Larry is like, yup. Kind of like building into this.
Yep, Icarus probably just maybe it's his birthday and
That's fair.
And she goes, so what can I do for you?
I have these gems and we recently acquired some treasure in our
Ooh,
voyage.
well, congratulations.
I don't know how much they're worth or anything.
Well, let me see. Bring it over.
As you do an evaluation with her, you see, she kind of casts some spells. She looks across each one of them with like a jeweler's eye. And at the end of it, it turns out each of the diamonds is worth about 100 gold. There are 10 of them, so it's about 1,000 gold worth of diamonds. The rest of the stuff, as a whole, is worth 500 gold pieces. There's different like amethysts, emeralds, sapphires, whatever else. Some bigger, some smaller, but about 500 gold worth. Do you have her kind of inspect the rings as well?
Oh, I mean, I didn't really think about it, but yeah.
This is amazing. I haven't seen bands of friendship in a long time. Ooh.
I mean, it's just the one on my finger.
But we'll say Rhodas has kind of walked in and she kind of looks at both of them.
I'm showing it off.
Yeah.
I'm married now.
Well, indeed. She goes, well, actually, you can perform certain rites and ceremonies upon this once per day, and a ceremonial group enchantment will affect all of you. It is a boon that the gods bestowed upon the dragon riders back in the day.
And we just have to I don't know, tell each other we're friends.
Well, an oath of friendship, of course, is required. Beyond that, it seems that the enchantment is somewhat unraveling. You would need to, find a ley line and try to recharge the rings there. Or perhaps, of course, if you have it, sacrifice another magical item to empower the rings once more.
Do you know where there's a ley line anywhere?
Any chance it's by the Dragon Heart?
I'm not sure, but maybe.
Do you know if there might be a ley line at the Island of the Fates? No, I don't say that.
You are. Maybe.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
Maybe we could research locations. We could ask Yanni to research them at the academy. Maybe I'm sure that they have recorded
Ley lines, a map, probably. Were the necklaces part of that 500 gold?
Oh no, the necklaces are each worth 150 gold. Do you guys want to just have her buy them from you guys?
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem like what Vulcan wants us to bring in, weapons and stuff, not jewels and jewelry.
Yeah.
He wants fancy stuff.
Yeah, he
Cool
wants
magic
real fancy stuff.
So altogether, 950 gold, right?
Yeah, what is that? 450 plus 950.
Tight.
Of course. If you guys want to buy anything else, now might be a good time, though supply is definitely getting a little bit bought out.
Does she have
Pick me up
anything?
100 gold worth of ink.
Oh, we already accounted for that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Does she have anything else? Did the soldiers take everything?
No, but you guys can commission stuff if you guys want to.
No. That's just more people making stuff for us.
Ugh.
Arrow of God
That'd be
slaying
better
or
than
Titan
anything
slaying
Vulcan
plus 25. How
See,
much
if
would that
Rotus
be?
just throws the axe hard enough.
Does she have any plans?
Oh, of course. Some
About
spider plants. Okay. He gets them for you, kind of beautiful little pots and stuff like that. As you get your longbow as well, Rotus.
Perfect.
Oh, interesting. And other than that, is there anything else that you guys wanted to go shopping for?
I will, but it's gonna be after the lunch date.
Oh, that's right. Is Rotus allowed? Are you gonna bring him along?
Do you want to go on a lunch date with Lothario and I?
You
You don't
guys
have to.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are- Lothario, he's a good guy, but he's not who I'd choose to have lunch with, if you know what I mean.
Can I have asked you to get me incense during breakfast? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you. I have 16 gold. I'll just give you all of the 16 gold.
How much incense you want to buy? You guys have a fuck ton of party plants. Don't forget about that. Metric.
Yeah.
Estrella doesn't know anything about money or economy, so she's just gonna give you all of her gold.
Cool. I'll spend it all on incense. No, not really. Does she tell me what it's for?
Just components for spells.
And yeah, Gilead has plenty of that. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll just buy some incense.
Before we get to Lothario, then, Brissa, you walk through the streets of, the place once more, and as you do, you kind of keep up your spell. And as far as you are able to tell, or the time that you spend, there is no sign, no pinging, no note of sort anywhere in Mitros, and your heart kind of gets sad.
I wanted to find a shady spot where they sell things and ask them about it too.
Okay, make me a charisma investigation check. So if you have to make a charisma check, and then you're not.
I'm not.
So just a straight charisma check for you.
Right. Oh no, 6. I didn't find anything.
Okay, so
Couldn't
you
find the
ask
shady
about
spot.
that. Poor little Brissa kind of walks around, and the problem is in equal measure. On the one hand, you're just recognized in the streets all the time, and people are excited to see you. They want to pet your dragon. They ask if you don't have your dragon, "Where's your dragon? We want to see your dragon. Are you the next Dragonlord? Are you and Acasus going to be getting married? Well, what about Valis? Are you going to be the new general of the Dragon Force?" And those are kind of like the questions that you get back and forth. And as you try to go in the skeevier parts of town, Stitch and Roll and stuff like that, you're like, "Hey, I want skeevy stuff." And all of the clearly cult of the snake and other people are just like, "Fuck off, Malaka." And they kind of just walk away from you. It's like, "If you're a cop, you have to say it. If you are a centurion, you have to say." And it's that's kind of most of the conversation that kind of goes on. However, towards the later part of the day, you do have a familiar face approach you once more. And in fact, you recognize this man to be the second-hand man, and now apparently leader of the cult of the dragon. Oh, sorry, of the snake. Yes.
Cult of the Dragon is very different.
Yeah. Paraiosois, or Pare. Kind of walks up towards you. He kind of puts up his hands as he sees the hesitation, you kind of grabbing for your spear.
Hey, don't mean no offense, Dragonlord. Just here to talk.
Kind of puts his hands behind his back, away from what you see is like a short sword, a Makaira, and a dagger kind of strapped on the side. What are you asking for special weapons for, huh? Raising some eyebrows. Getting a lot of attention in a stitch in the road that we don't need.
Well, a package of mine was stolen, and so I am just trying to retrieve it. That is, it was on the way to Vulcan, and it was stolen.
God?
Yes.
I should not be surprised. What does this package look like, huh?
I mean, it's a sword.
Hmm.
I don't know what they wrapped it in. I know I wasn't there for the wrapping portion.
Sword.
Imagine it's in a box. So,
I don't remember hearing anything. The cult certainly hasn't got a sort. Magical proportion. You think we did this, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past you.
That's fair. If we especially didn't know it was associated with you, of course not. But Moxena was pretty clear. She doesn't want to fuck with you guys. So we're not gonna fuck with you. As long as you don't fuck with us. You know what happened last time, huh? No hard
Yeah,
feelings.
it was killed you. Yeah.
I remember that. But stop putting your nose here. We don't have your sword. Wasn't us.
Well, can you find out who it was?
For gold, there's always a possibility.
I don't have any gold.
I don't have answers. Sorry.
All right. Well. Okay.
Well met. Have a nice day. And the little mousy Weasley guy trots off into a side alley.
And that's why we need to split up the gold, so we can do things like
Oh,
that.
you could have assumed that you had some gold. We can take backsies to that one.
No, it's fine. I didn't have it.
I just had also a feeling that Alex, aka Bursa, didn't want to give money to that man.
I mean, if he asked for not too much, I probably would have. But it's all cool.
Alrighty. As we jump back to the brunch date, let's see, Bursa, you kind of walk out of the place. Tyler has some IRL problems, so you kind of see them have a conversation over Yunt. It's mostly just that Lara seems to be talking at an empty spot in front of her. Now, now Lutheria can turn invisible, so you presume that they're probably having a conversation there. As you see, Rhoda's kind of absentmindedly go from vendor to vendor and pick up and kind of try out different bows. Brissa, Rhoda's kind of walks up next to you. What do you say, Brissa?
Well, that's a nice bow that you have. Are you afraid to get close now? Are you going to stay with the bow in the back?
I just feel like it's. I feel much stronger with bows recently.
I guess that works too.
Seems like versatility would be is a good advantage. Not all of us can attack from 15 feet away for no reason.
That's fair. It's a unique talent.
Long...
I mean, you could always use the spear too.
Yeah.
You could just give up the axe, you hang it up, and then use the spear.
Sounds boring.
It's fair. I mean, yeah. I will admit, sometimes you do cleave a person in two with the axe, and that is pretty awesome at the same time.
Yeah. I need my my weapon to be going through things. That's the goal, just cleanly slicing and dicing. That's the idea.
That is perfectly fair.
None of this pokey garbage.
Hey, I'm gonna get a sword one day. Actually, probably not. It's probably long gone. It's gone. So, I will. I'll stay with the spear.
No luck on your adventure through the town to find your sword.
I think Scylla made it a little bit hard, to navigate in the skeevier areas. She kind of, she did good. She scared them off, but they were a little scared. So maybe next time I try it without bringing her, and then hopefully that will make it a little bit easier.
You could always have her start terrorizing the countryside until they turn.
I made, that the head of the snake, cult of the snake came up, and I was really just tempted to say fire breath, like, I had to hold myself in, but I didn't know if I could get away with it and just be like, oh, he attacked me first, right, and use that, goodwill. Well, he's the cult of the snake, so.
Probably best to not draw so much negative attention to the light.
That's why I didn't do it, but I really
Plenty
wanted
plenty of entities after us already.
Yeah, and you never know. If we run into him again, maybe he'll find out, and then I can pay him at a different time for information.
Sure. Well, my brother was of no help either, so.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go to the ship and just make sure we're ready to set sail for the night. Do you want to join, or are you going to go to Lyra's date with her invisible friend?
Oh. I'll join you on the ship.
All right.
Alrighty. As we switch over to Lyra having the conversation with her totally not imaginary friend.
Totally not imaginary. Everyone thinks I'm talking to myself. Everyone thinks I eat bird food. Yeah, I'll bring back Lothario.
Alrighty. As he kind of pops back into his and he's like, "Did you hear what the Arinius did?" Oh. Hey, so I guess you made it? What's up?
What do you think my favorite food is, Lothario?
Well, I mean, if you're anything like me, and I hope you are, some nice blood sausages are always good. A nice pig roast. I do prefer pig roast. You have to have the golden apple or something like that in there.
Love a pig roast.
It's delicious.
Thank you. Anyways.
So can I go now?
Nope, it's time for our lunch date.
Oh. Are we going to have a pig roast?
Do you want a pig roast?
Of course I do.
Then we can have a pig roast.
All right. As he kind of flies invisibly with you, or maybe just turns into a cat, walking along the aura with you.
We'll do cat Lothario.
All right, as Cathario kind of starts nibbling away at the little pork slices that you kind of throw on a plate for him. You definitely see the person who's kind of serving you the food. Are you actually feeding my good pork to a cat?
He is very picky and has a voracious appetite.
Nobles.
Honestly, you should feel honored that he thinks your pig roast is that good.
You're just lucky I'm allowing that cat. Next you're going to see it's an emotional support animal, I'm sure. Kind of
no, it's an emotional support. No, you're right.
You should not give him anything extra or pay him at all. You should probably just go away.
No,
he turns into Salem from Sabrina.
We're gonna pay him.
Joe, this is nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait. To clarify, Salem from the old Sabrina that was a really cheesy, crappy-looking puppet, or Salem from the? Okay, just making sure.
Yep. 100% OG Salem. Yep.
Good.
At some point, he's definitely going to do it.
He's got the nail file.
Of course he does.
We love OG Salem.
So tell me, why did you want this? You have a motive for this, yes?
I mean, I told you we would do what you want because I want us to be friends.
Did you put poop on Yanni's face?
I sure did. You can ask him yourself when we see him.
Make me a deception check.
Goddamn right. 30.
Absurd. It's absurdy. As he just
expertise is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Lyra got real good at lying and has told no one.
It's just like, oh, this is good. This is good. Was he mad? Please tell me everything.
I mean, I told him you asked me to, so he kind of understood.
Why? No, that takes half the fun out of it.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not everyone is on the same page about the let's be friends with Lothario.
Oh,
Like, I invited Rotus on our lunch date, and he was like, absolutely not. He said you were a cool guy. He was like,
I'm
cool
sure.
guy.
I'm sure he did. I'm so sure. But at least thank you for putting shit on his face one way or another.
Yeah. I mean, his reaction at first, beautiful.
But I didn't get to see it.
He didn't
I'm
ask
kind of
to
sad
see it.
about
Yeah. Sorry, that was your
Mhm.
first ask. So
that.
you'll just have to word them better next time.
Are you? All right. I see where this is going. I like this game. Okay. All right, so what are we going to do next?
That's up to you. I told you this day is your day.
It's
As
today?
long as we're not,
Oh.
well,
I'm having anxiety. I don't know how to do this fast. I didn't have enough time for preparing this. And he just like aggressively starts shoving pork pieces in his mouth. Just today? Get to just do it in the future?
we'll think about it. It depends on how this goes.
Okay. Good way.
But remember, we can't hurt anybody.
Ah.
I already said that. You can't be surprised.
Steal something
I said we could do that.
from Icarus.
Not
Horde. Let's do it. Let's steal something from his horde.
Can I pick? Can I pick what it is?
Best shiny thing in it.
It's a real shiny thing.
What is it?
It's a gem that gets real shiny.
Oh, the thing that you gave up because you don't like Britha.
That's right. We're gonna steal it back.
Oh, but that would make you be in better terms with Britha.
Probably not. Actually, she'd probably be real upset if I told her that I stole it. So
I don't know about that. But fine, we'll do it. That will do.
okay, you got it. Let me just pack up the rest of this pig roast because we'll probably need it to get to Icarus.
It's a whole figure out just at the side of this little hour table, just like
Just scoop it into the bag of holding.
gross. It's like, with the gold and everything else.
And the chimera head. It's probably getting a little ripe.
Yeah.
We can go talk to Icarus. It'll probably be easier if you're invisible, so we can just start with that.
Or what if I distract him as a talking cat? Because you need to do the stealing, the actual taking of the gem.
I
Can do that.
can't turn invisible.
Oh, that's okay. I never said that you needed to turn invisible.
But I want to talk
What?
to Icarus too.
What if? I mean, you can talk to him, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm going bye-bye now. But here, look, I found this cool cat. Talk to it.
Yeah, that does seem like something he'd probably be interested in. He might want to keep you.
Ah. He can try. He might want to
saying I
keep you if he
wouldn't let
catches
him.
you. And
that's
you
probably
can't
true.
go to the Nether Sea as easy as I can. Well, you can.
That's true. So, actually, speaking of, earlier we had our conversation. Did you mean what you said about?
What
being
did I
able
say?
Like you know what's going on over there, and you could tell me.
I can't. No, 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 no. You misunderstand. I just wanted to let you know that that is where my home is. That's where you yanked me from when you summoned me. And all,
Right.
you know, the truths associated with that. That's all.
Right. Which means you know what's going on over there.
Maybe tangentially sometimes.
I mean, surely you, the imp, just
I'm very
upper
small.
ranks of Lutheria, surely you're like right-hand man.
No. I tell you what. I think I know where this is going. Now, you're not going to like this.
Yeah,
It's
I never do.
just an idea.
Okay.
We kill Yanni in his sleep, bring the corpse to Lutheria, and I'm going to be probably very high up in the chain down in the Nether Sea. We can shower you with gold and anything you want to.
No.
I knew you'd say that. You're no fun.
Yeah, you shouldn't have even asked. That was really a stupid question.
I mean, it's worth it. You said that you'd become a priestess of Lutheria, so might as well just accelerate your, your
I
path.
said that would be the last thing I would do, and like literally there had to be no other options.
Which can happen. It's going to happen. I mean, it's probably in the works already.
Well, right now there's still a lot of other options. So
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So you will spy for me. Cool.
I never said that.
Anyways, let's go talk to Icarus. Steal this gem.
As you guys are starting to trot, and yes, every piece of coin that you ever give to anyone else is not going to smell like bacon grease. But as you make your way back to the palace, turns out Icarus and Icassus are actually both gone. As it turns out, Icarus and his Dragonlords that he's having in training are performing military drills in the mountains.
Surely, when a dragon goes on its training run, it doesn't bring its entire hoard of wealth with it.
Oh, you're right. But I kind
know
of like
I'm
the
right.
idea of him catching you.
It probably would have been kind of hilarious. I've been caught by a dragon before. You don't want to know how that ended up. You know how that ended up.
I do. Another god dead. Woo-hoo! That would have been good.
Oh no, I'd probably just go ahead and die this time. I got a lot on my plate, and that would be a huge relief.
I mean, then I wouldn't have to do this thing anymore. You wouldn't ask me to spy on Lutheria.
That's right.
Win-win.
Yep, I wouldn't be worried that I'm gonna kill Brissa. I wouldn't be worried that the world's gonna end. I wouldn't be worried that Estrella thinks that we're not friends.
Nah, the world is fine.
There's a lot going on, and honestly, a dragon eating me, it's like up here on the list of options. Way above being a priestess of Lutheria.
Well, be that as it may. Let's steal this thing.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You go to the horde, and you see that there are indeed half a dozen centurions kind of around this nice, beautiful court. As you're walking in places, a couple of you greet you as you kind of look around.
I have one question, David.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't think that I would end up in a situation where I would have to roll stuff, but this seems like it's going to be a situation where I would have to roll stuff. And since it's a new day, can I see what my important roll is going to be?
Sure thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just want to know. Just to have. Fuck yes.
Nice.
Tell the stream what you got.
I got a natural 20, so we'll be keeping that in the back pocket. Anyways, continue.
Alrighty, so you see some turrets kind of waving at you and kind of like greeting you and stuff like that. So, how are you going to do this?
I mean, I'm all ears. Honestly, I don't steal stuff a whole lot.
I say be flashy about it. Teleport into the middle. Bam, bam, bam. Get all of the fate strings of everyone. Rip their throats out. Take the
fastest by one size category
We'll get
for the
there.
next minute.
We'll get there. This will be good. Yeah. Alrighty, as we're back. So, what is it going to be? I think that plan is the best plan. Kill them all. Take the gem. Look at where
Here's
you
the
came
thing.
from. Look at you now.
Look, I believe in you, and I know you've got the brains.
Mhm.
A lot of that plan falls under the no hurting people part of this deal.
Oh, that's such a stupid rule.
I know. If you want to hurt people, you can go hurt people in the Nether Sea.
That's not people.
Yeah, sucks to be you, I guess. I got a
I-
reputation to keep, and it doesn't involve killing people.
I am waiting. Kind of plops down, watching you now.
So Centurions probably also gonna be interested in a talking cat, so we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that in the plan.
Oh, I was okay with distracting a dragon. Centurions, that's too boring. I want to see how you do this by yourself.
Okay.
Hit
Uh,
me. Dazzle me.
I will just walk into Icarus's little chambers.
A Centurion kind of like goes to stop. He's like, ah, hey, Light of Thylea. This is Icarus's horde. I were instructed to not allow anyone. I'm sorry, you'll have to wait until Icarus has returned.
No, I know. I just spoke with Valis. She said that Acastus needed more people for the training that they're doing with Icarus. She asked me to round up any Centurions I can find.
That seems weird. He is the leader of all Centurions. We are specifically instructed to do this.
That I'm just trying to save the world. So if a god tells me to do something for her, I'm not going to say no.
You go check with the queen. Thanks for letting us know. As one of the Centurions just starts running down or like jogging down the hallways.
Do you know what they're training for? And like as I'm talking, I just want to kind of inch closer and closer towards.
He definitely kind of like they are practicing in case of the need to defend me. That is all I am at liberty to say at the time. You seem to have the ear of the queen and the king, so why don't you ask them?
That's true. We
Steps in
literally
front of you.
just had dinner the other day. It was pretty good.
That is nice.
Yeah.
You see the little cat, Lothario, just go. This little Toby.
I mean, I was really hoping to see Icarus. I brought him some food, and I'll just let the roast pig just fall out of the bag in front of the soldier.
Oh.
Yeah, we have like a bargain where like I bring him stuff that he wants, and sometimes he gives me cool
Is
stuff.
that from the melting pot in the Ahara? It's a good place.
They got real good fondue.
They really do. They really do. And I've been to the one that you're thinking of too. Well, thank you for that. I will let Icarus know that there seems. Did you eat some of this?
Yeah, it was like part of my lunch.
Between you and I, Icarus is a very. He's hard to work with. So just. He might see this as a. It might be.
Are you like Icarus and I were like? We talk on the daily every time I'm in Mitros.
You suddenly hear a voice from the hallway kind of going, Captain! The queen said that there was... Kind of jogs back around. There was no word. You all right? The other centurion that had jogged off. The main centurion kind of turns towards you. What is going on?
I just wanted to make a trade with Icarus. We usually have like a givesies backsies kind of deal.
A trade?
Yeah. Dragon's real like shiny stuff, so I bring him shiny stuff. He gives me other shiny stuff.
He looks
Like
up
there's
the-
some shiny stuff over here. Do I see the gem?
Make me a perception check.
A natural 20.
Another natural 20. You absolutely do. In fact, it seems that Icarus has taken a massive liking to it. It now sits upon what seems to be a golden, like a chain that has like multiple cross connections that he can probably... And that wakes up Justin. But...
It's okay. I'm about to wrap this up real quick.
Oh God. Hey. As he like even just trying to step towards the gem, he's like putting you back. Listen, you are a hero. You are part of Light of Thylea, so I'm... Please just leave the premises now. Like, you have no right to be here. We were instructed that nobody could come in and out without Icarus present. Wait until he returns. Please.
You got it. Absolutely. I will just grab it and run.
Oh my God, make me a dex check. Just straight dex.
Oh, it's a 5.
Is it though?
I mean, I have to call that before.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Alrighty, as you kind of go before it, the shield comes up and you just hit against it, and that is going to hurt for days. As the centurion is like, I am sorry, miss, but please, you two, please escort her off the premises. As you're just like, ow! You kind of being drugged out of the place, set outside of the room, and off down the hallway a little bit when the centurions disappear is just a tiny cackling cat. No! Oh, this was worth it! Oh, thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you. Oh, don't be sad. He kind of like waddles over with his little cat. Pause. Are you sad? He just boops you on the nose.
You can't reach my nose.
You're kind of like dropped down on the ground. He kind of like boops you as you're still down there. Like,
It's okay. Icarus will get it. He'll give it to me. But
you should steal it. Maybe tonight.
I told you I don't steal stuff.
Ugh, boring.
I know. If you want to steal it, you're welcome to. But
Can I take it with me?
no.
Meh. I pass. Alright, what are we going to do next?
That was it. That was the one.
What?
Yep.
But there's supposed to be more.
No, I
The
told
whole
you get
day.
one today. No.
No, we need to keep doing things.
No. Every time you get to ask me for something, but it's just one thing.
Okay. Shut me away, bring me back. Boom. New adventure.
Oh, that's a great idea. And I'll just dismiss him.
And he's gone. You massage your sore jaw a little bit as you head down, I'm guessing back to the harbor where everybody
No,
is.
I'm gonna go to Valis, actually.
She looks up as she has like a bunch of reports in front of her. What was that bit about the centurion just now?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got this gem that I made friendship bracelets out of for Brissa and I, and then I gave it to Icarus because I wanted some of his scales. And it was really a poor decision on my part. It was like a long time ago. I've learned, I've grown. I tried to take it, and then your Centurion hit me in the face. And if you could get it back for me, that would be great. Thanks.
You still have my bag of holding.
I sure do.
Let me tell you something, Lyra. And she kind of motions for you to sit down at the table with her.
This sounds like it's going to be a mom lecture, and I don't know if I have time for that. We're trying to save the world.
Then I will keep it very short for you. Keep the bag. You will need it. I am not your messenger. I am not the person who brings parcels back and forth. I am the Queen of Mitros and Goddess.
Yeah,
I
no,
will
know that.
speak to Acastus about this friendship bracelet or whatever. And if there is a way to procure it, we'll let you handle it like the grown-up woman that you are.
I tried to give him money, he didn't want it.
And
I gave him a shield, he didn't want it.
What
Well,
lesson
I mean,
have
it's
we
not that
learned?
he didn't want it, he took it, but he was like, that's not enough, because he's a dragon.
That's what dragons tend to do. Yes.
You know. Yep.
Find something bigger, something shinier. Something that makes Icarus believe that this is the most amazing thing in the world or very special to you. At this point, I get the sense that this is more of a personal thing. Dragons like
I'm
to
probably-
be schmoozed.
I'll probably just try and steal it again.
Don't do that. Do you know how guilty that Centurion is feeling right now? He struck
he hit me
a
in the face.
hero. Well,
It was-
you tried to
it hurt
steal
a
something
lot.
from the dragon's hoard of the king.
I would have given Icarus something back. I told him it was a
Ah.
trade system.
Good luck
But
on your
Icarus
voyage.
isn't here because they're doing training for something that we can't be told about, apparently.
Mitros is under attack. Oh, you were on the other side of the table because you chose my husband over me. I know. Listen. Mitros is going to be attacked. It is a question of when, not if. I know this. Acastus is aware of this too, so he's practicing with the other Dragonlords now. There's not much more to it. We don't want to scare the populace of Mitros, but that is it.
Alright, well, I don't trust him, and you should know that.
I don't trust him either, but he is the king of Mitros. And he has brought back the dragons. So he's not useless or not dangerous. Keep that in mind.
I don't know if I believe that last part.
Alright. May I return to my work now, or...
Yeah, anyways, it's on like a chain thing. It's like this
She waves
big.
her hand and suddenly you find yourself kind of yeeted back beyond the threshold of the doors, and she waves her hand again as the doors slam shut. Good luck! You hear through the door.
I'll steal it. I'll just leave.
Alrighty. And with that, as it is getting a little bit later, but wherever Lyra might head next, we'll call it for this week's session of Light of Thylea. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, everyone who is watching, for making it through the tech difficulties. While I'm looking for another stream to raid, I did want to do a shout out. Or Tyler, would you like to do the shout out for our giveaway for the month of April?
Oh, yep. We're doing a giveaway. If you sub or follow or cheer or any of that, just any type of participation, we're doing a commission from one of our resident Discord artists, which you can also join if you'd like to join the Discord. Discord. It's an open group, so, and we got a whole bunch of other DMs that aren't David. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we do, but
It's
I love David.
true. And I mean, hey, a couple of you are in a couple of those other games, so you know, very different styles from across the board. We have Alex, who's in another game that is very maritime focused. Damon is in like 17 different games, but one of them happens to be a Curse of Strahd game, which is also super fun. And yes,
We are
with
both
Tyler.
in the Curse of Strahd game. It's very fun.
So, lots of cool options out there. Try to have diversity in games. So, thank you for that, Tyler. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be here again next Tuesday, same time. Hopefully, we'll start on time, 7 p.m. Mountain, which of course is 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate all of you guys.